Alrighty, hello everybody. I think I'm good. I'm just gonna see if the players are good, and then we'll get started. Oh, I see K's a thumbs up. Cool.
I don't know,
Hello.
Hello.
What do we not know?
We still don't know why
He's trying to figure out how to
left nut is
separate
bigger than his right
ten.
nut.
I only heard Touch's version, but that's fine because that was better.
Very normal body. My left nut's also bigger than my right nut.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
It also
Nice.
hangs a little lower than the right one.
You know, honestly, I would totally buy that because every woman also has one boob that's bigger than the other, even if
This
it's
is
by a
true.
fraction
There's
of
a
an inch.
dominant booby.
It's
Yeah,
real.
there's the
It's a real
dominant
thing.
boob.
Which, like,
Yeah.
why? Why? Anyways, tangent. Hello, everyone.
What a great way to start
Questioning
the
the
episode.
biological design of humans, as one does. Welcome back to Call the Netherdeep, session 19. Next session will be in the natural 20 of the session, which is see how many 20s you can
Hey.
roll on session 20. It'd be great.
0.
Yeah, watch that
Yeah.
just for,
Yeah,
you know, karma or something.
What should be a full roleplay episode where we don't roll anything?
There's
at all?
no dice.
It's just roleplay, just straight roleplay.
Love it.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, sometimes those are the best episodes where you don't. I've definitely had multiple dungeon select episodes where I've not rolled a single dice. And shit just happens.
Kind of happens, man.
Yeah. Before we jump into our session and the mission you are about to undertake, does anyone have any announcements, life updates, things they want to share? We do have a hard cutoff at 3, so it'll be a maximum 3-hour session today for anyone watching, as a reminder for y'all. Anyone have anything else?
I have 2 tiny ones. One, I have Dash for 2 years now. And he's the cutest.
Yay!
Other one, we have this celebration in the Netherlands right now today, called Saint Maarten. Basically, it's basically it's not even celebrated everywhere, but my town for some reason does celebrate it. Basically, children go trick or treating. That's pretty much it. So if I randomly run away, then that's why, and I'll be back in a minute.
Surprised you're not just doing the Scrooging it up and be like, lights off, no decorations, all the signs of like, no one come here. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, like.
No.
I've only really had contact with my neighbors for like the past year, not even. And the first year, I had no idea that this was actually celebrated in my town, so I didn't even have any candy. Second year, I actually did have my lights out, and so they didn't even try my house. Yeah. But now I do have contact with my neighbors, so they know that I usually spend my time upstairs. So even if the light is out, they will still try. But yeah.
As
Wait,
much
what
as
kind of
I
candy
love
you got for me?
Halloween for myself, I am bah humbug when it comes to children coming to my door.
Halloween's the
Because
one day
fuck
a
other people's
year.
Children.
Halloween's the one day a year I suddenly like children just because I enjoy looking at all the costumes, and costumes are so much cuter when they're on little kids than when they're on adults, and there's some good ones. The best is one kid came to the door dressed as Zorro, and I was like, I dressed as you too for
nice.
Halloween, and he was like, you're a girl, and I was like, okay, shut up.
No candy, get out.
Let me talk to your parents for a minute.
Yeah, either way, it was great. It was a fun time. But good to know. So yeah, if Bowdy disappears, he's not leaving us forever, he just has to go give candy to children.
Exactly. That's doesn't sound creepy.
Okay, thank you for the subs. I appreciate you. Anyone else have any announcements or life updates they want to share?
No.
I feel like I have one. I feel like I would wait till closer to December to share it, but then given the way our schedules just seem to attack us at a moment's notice, we might not play again until December. I don't fucking
December
know.
is gonna be fucked, dude.
That too
all the
was Christmas.
holidays.
So
I'm moving
gonna-
on
Yeah.
December 5th. I don't know.
Are you? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I hate moving so much. But
Yeah,
hopefully it's to a
smart.
place you love, so worth it.
Yeah.
But the announcement I have is in December, I will be one of the side questies participating in the Project Hope, Hopemas campaign. And as an incentive, it's my first time participating in Hopemas. I may have bought a little thing. This is Christmas Carol sheet music for my piano. And if we hit the goal, I might do a Christmas music piano stream. Not might, I have to. That's the
Oh.
incentive. That's the trade-off. I don't know why I said might. But I gotta get
If we hit this
practicing.
goal, maybe I'll do it.
Maybe I'll.
I'll do the thing. And then for a
Not
future
sure yet.
charity campaign, like maybe a charity select, because Laura has no impulse control in music stores, I also might have bought some other video game sheet music like Final
Yeah.
Fantasy and Kingdom
Oh,
Hearts and
sick.
stuff. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, I now have multiple copies of Dearly Beloved to play on the piano, and I need to find one to learn that's in my skill level. But yeah, so get excited for December and Hopemas. How's your charity campaign go? Is it over again? The one you were making, like the resin stuff for, is that done or is that still going?
It's still active. I'm still open to collecting donations until November 15th. I have an example of one.
Because I still
of
need to
the
do that.
bookmarks
I keep
that I've
forgetting.
made. I really like this bookmark. I
That
think
one's
this
gorgeous.
One's my favorite. This one's my favorite one
Nice.
that I've made. So yeah, I'm still accepting donations. If you'd like, you're definitely welcome to donate to the It Gets Better project. Yeah, you can get earrings, bookmarks, keychains, coaster sets, or all of them if
All
you
of the
feel
above.
generous. In addition to that, I'm also participating in Twitch's Hype Challenge, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's been exciting and crazy, but
Love that. Love it. Alrighty then. I guess we shall jump into our recap and then get underway. Just as a reminder, chat interaction, at least on my end, will be particularly low because I don't have enough monitors to be able to look at my notes, look at my players, monitor stream, and talk to you guys. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And we have not had a problem with it so far, but the usual reminder of don't backseat a rules lawyer in the chat because you'll probably be ignored, and as long as we're having fun, we're playing D&D the correct way. So it's all
And you'll
good.
get banned.
rule of cool, folks. Rule of cool.
That, and we do have some homebrew rules in place, and I very much am a DM that favors the rule of cool, and if it tells a good story, then fuck the rules. Alright. Last we left off, our party, which I forgot, you had a temporary tentative name for yourself, the Weavers of the Storm, or Stormweavers for short.
That's right.
Were in the process of completing the second mission for the Cobalt Soul in hopes to get access to information and answers on their overarching quest to find this person named Elixion who is trapped somewhere and reaching out for help. Also maybe to gain access to the archaeological dig site going on in the city, which might be linked. And they also had a few other things. They had a very eventful night last night. On top of scoping out the location of their next mission, they participated in a talent show where Neri won some money. And they managed to help set a young girl named Shira on a better life path, as she was a girl who had been showing signs of magic and was unable to control it and did not have a family who knew how to help her. And they managed to find her and help her out and get her set up in the Cobalt Soul, get her lessons started, well on her way to being able to control her magic and live a normal life.
Can we just appreciate that Neri pulled like the classic artist move of being completely broke and then winning a competition for money?
Yep, as one does. As one does. The mission they are currently underway for, they are investigating a seeming bakery, which is more and more looking like, and now basically much been proven to them to be the front for some weapons. It's like black weapons trading, selling, smuggling, underground enchanted weaponry that the Cobalt Soul would like to put a stop to, or at least get more information on. They were tasked with bringing back tangible hard evidence and any magic items, particularly the weapons that they are marketing, that they can find, and they were given a hefty gold piece reward for every item they bring back, as well as evidence of this weapon smuggling ring. So where we left off, I believe we were headed to the bakery in the evening, because you managed to convince, Orrian particularly managed to convince the owner that you are his clientele, you are the people he could share this with. He's in the know, exactly. And he gave you the secret invite for seemingly a black market auction, or at least a sales opportunity this evening at dusk.
Didn't we decide?
We decided
during the
that
afternoon right away.
Yeah.
Because of the.
We're gonna rob it before the auction
we're
happens.
gonna get all those magic
Correct.
items before tonight's thing, before
Correct.
everyone shows up. So some of us were gonna distract the baker.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what actually happened. Yes, I remember this. So yeah, they're like, why wait for the auction? We'll just go now.
Yeah, because then all the stuff's gonna get bought, and then people are gonna be there.
Yeah,
And
we'll fucking do them beforehand, me.
Yep. All right, so what time of the day would you like to do this? Because you have basically like all afternoon, or do you want to do it like peak afternoon, like mid afternoon, late afternoon? What time we
Opening
thinking?
hours of the bakery, so that we have the least chance that Mans is gonna come out the back.
Okay.
Well, that's what we were gonna distract him, because like right now he's just there by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
and we just went and got some stuff from him. We could
Isn't
be
it
like,
good.
like an hour
Isn't
later,
it-
we could literally go back and be like, oh my god, this was so good. Let me get a couple more of these. And while we're doing that,
I don't think you just
What time
got the
is it?
stuff from him, because you got stuff from him
Yeah.
as like near closing the previous day. Did the
Oh, was
ghost,
it?
did the talent show, and then the morning of, what you did was you met and dropped Shira off and met with Question, got her set up. You went to talk to her parents, told them what has become of her, and then you were gonna go back. So you haven't talked to him today. You talked to him yesterday, and he gave the thing saying the black market auction was tonight. I think.
No, I'm pretty
it was
sure
absolutely
it was-
today.
Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
because we
I'm reading my notes.
ended-
That's actually good.
I trust your notes. Do that then.
we went the night before. We just went.
Oh,
there
you
to
just
scout it out,
cased
so we
it. You didn't go.
inside.
Yes,
Yeah,
there we go.
Exactly.
I
But
was.
this morning, after we talked to Question and got
Gotcha.
Shira all set up, we went over.
Gotcha. I was
Yeah.
conflating the
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
My bad.
And we bought some
Yeah.
pastries from them at our
Yeah.
little picnic.
Yes,
So
yes,
we
And
gotta
that's when I
figure
got
out-
the notes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So we
that
gotta figure out
auction
who
was
is
for
team
tonight,
destruction.
so we gotta
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
So what time is it now then?
I'd say it can be any time you want it to be after like 12, between
Right.
12 noon and closing time, based on when you want to
Okay.
rock back up there. Because, yeah, you have to go talk to her parents.
Yeah. So now I guess the first thing we gotta figure out is who's team distract and who's team knock over the fucking warehouse.
I am not team knock over the warehouse. I wear heavy armor.
I mean, I'm a rogue, so
He is a rogue. So
So he's gonna knock over the warehouse. I mean, I'm also heavy armor, but then again, I feel like one.
well, someone can like play
Strong.
lookout.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Like one
strong.
strong, heavily armored person should probably go with them just in case they get fucking jumped by
Yeah.
something. You know
I
what
mean, I
I mean?
can be invisible while picking locks.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, but still, there's like alarms.
if somebody
spells,
decides
active
to come,
whatever,
yeah.
or like guards or whatever. Like there needs to be someone that is able to kind of
Yeah, fair.
protect.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Didn't we
Since
at least make
charisma
sure that there weren't?
inside-
Didn't we at least make sure that there's no like invisible guards or anything there because you walked around
I
with detect
yeah,
magic,
I
right?
did detect magic, and there was
Yeah,
no.
but like there could
Just
be
the items.
there could be people inside. We don't know because there's no.
there could be
windows.
humans inside of there.
Yeah, exactly.
People
Yeah,
inside.
So there's how many of us? 5, huh? Yeah, 5.
Plus
I'd
Fred.
say plus Fred.
Plus
yeah,
Fred,
Five,
don't
five
forget
I
humans,
mentioned that I
five
was going to turn
humanoids.
into like a mouse or like a small creature to go in there to
Yeah, That's another thing.
to
I think.
check
sorry,
what's in
go
there and then come back out.
Yeah, but there was no way to get in there besides
Yeah, there's
the
no
door, right?
windows. The
There's
door was the
there's
only
I
no
can make myself-
windows. There is the door, like you can see on the map right now. There is that back door by the fallen tree. Then there's a
Yeah.
door to what you guess is like his living quarters, and there's of course the main entrance to the bakery. Yeah. And there are no
So-
windows. But then Enna did find like a little mouse hole on the east side, like the bakery part going into
Yeah, that's
the
on the bakery, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't help us. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Well, we don't
this is
know
my
because
plan,
we don't
right?
know what's on the inside of the bakery that can lead into that
Yeah, it could
area
be
there.
connected.
That's a good point. So I'm thinking this is just me spitballing, right? I think 2 people should distract. 3 of us should be investigating that warehouse where we know the cargo is, right?
I can
I think-
can definitely go back since I went first. I could
Mhm.
go back inside and be like, "Yo, this was really good." I can just
And I think
someone with
my
charisma
idea
should
would
come
be
with
for
me.
Neri to go with you because Neri,
Yeah.
like, she be charismatic in
Yeah.
that. She can, you know, that's her.
I can
thing.
go for the film familiarity
then-
since I've already been in.
Bowdy
Isn't it?
and or not Bowdy, fucking Orion and Enna. They have ways of making themselves invisible or super tiny, and then Fury will be there kind of as like their backup in case shit goes wrong. That's kind
Isn't
of my
it-
idea. that
isn't
I
it-
have in my
'cause-
head.
Wouldn't it be a little bit weird that suddenly Cole comes in with someone completely different?
That's true.
Now, though,
You're
I
right
feel
about
like it's
that.
smarter to
You're right.
switch the two of
Someone
you,
else
so
should-
that Cole is
okay.
in the back and you go in to distract with Neri.
I agree with that actually.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true, I guess.
I just realized that as a racial trait, I have hidden step.
Oh,
so
you
I
can
can
do
make
invisible
myself
too, right?
invisible as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
nice. I mean,
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I have multiple ways to turn invisible as well. Like I can, if I get hit, I
Yeah.
can turn invisible once, and I can just cast invisibility on myself.
Because who went to the bakery? It was me.
It was you and Cole, I
Ryan,
believe.
right?
Yeah.
And Orion.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
it's
yeah.
No, yeah,
No, it was
me
me. It
and
was Cole and
Cole.
Orion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I not there?
No.
No,
Okay.
you can go.
Well then.
So that way you're a
Alright.
new person that you don't have to pretend like anything's. You just act like an actual customer.
I guess I could.
Yeah. And
But
just
then we
keep
have
them
then we have
talking or
that
something.
problem of like the 3 squishies are on their own and the 2 tankies are separated.
No, I'm
No.
not going in the bakery. I'm staying
Oh,
outside.
You'd go.
okay.
You'd go with
Yeah,
Neri.
I'm not going inside the bakery.
Right. Okay.
You and Neri
I'm
go in the
with you.
bakery.
I'm with
Here, if you want, you can
I watch
position.
over the 2.
You can position
Alright,
your
yeah,
tokens on the map. Like, just put like whoever's in one group. Just you don't have to go in yet, but like put yourself closer to the front of the bakery, I guess, and whoever's doing the stealth, move your tokens up so we can see the division of who's
So-
doing what.
The 2 tieflings head into a bakery. That sounds like
Yeah, 2 tieflings.
Into a bar.
The first tiefling says, "Hey, give me some baked goods."
Love it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't see myself.
Then
I'm over here.
right there.
To the left.
we'll start with team stealth, and then
Oh.
based on how it goes for you, we'll see like if you're gonna make noise, what you do or don't do. That will then determine how well. Then we'll do the second group and see how the distraction goes. I guess if that
Alright.
makes sense.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So group. Actually, no. We're gonna do the group going in first because depending on what you say, that could maybe give them advantage. Like if he's more.
True.
If he's more
like,
focused on you guys, he might be less. So those who are going in as team distraction, we'll start with you.
Okay. Before we head in, I'll like look at Neri. I need you to be the most talkative, the most questioning, and most annoying version of yourself you can be.
Channel your inner Orion.
Is that?
Neri
That is not
kind of
bad.
thinks for a second. Like she's searching for someone she knows or something, and then she gets it and she just nods. And she's gonna just like put a hand on your shoulder and just be like, okay. You just, if things get crazy, like you need to be scary, okay? And Bardic Inspiration you.
I can do scary. I can. Do
I can
scary.
just get. All right. And if you're gonna enter, just make sure you move your tokens as the scene moves on. If you're gonna be moving around, just so I can
Yeah,
keep
we'll-
in visual on
Push that
where you are, what
into-
you're doing.
for
Yeah.
sake of-
As you enter again, that little bell over the door dings like before, and he is again at the counter. The goods setup look, the same as before. It doesn't look like too many more have
Extremely
sold since you've been there, but it looks like there's been a few more sales since you were last there. The display cases are slightly more empty. Well, you wouldn't notice them, Ranks. You weren't there before, but if you had, Cole would notice. Anyway,
Cole got us like pastries, right?
yeah.
before?
So you see
Yeah.
the same kind of goods that Cole brought back, and you see there isn't much else other than. So it's not like the variety is not very big. What's there looks good, and it tasted good, and you had it, but it's quality
Yeah,
over
right.
quantity.
Taste it store bought.
Neri's just gonna
Yeah.
look. They have more. Do you think how many more do you think we can get today?
Hello,
And she's
hello.
gonna like
welcome.
kind of bounce between the pastries we already had and the other ones,
Yep.
and just like every single other pastry that's different, she's gasping and pointing and just like
Yes.
so excited.
While I was just doing that, I'll like, good afternoon, sir. So as you can see,
yes, hello?
my friend here has
Hello.
a sweet tooth, and
Clearly, welcome.
would you just kind of walk her through some of the things you have, what they're made with? She has some allergies, so it can be a bit peculiar.
of
but
course,
I'm sure,
yes.
there's.
Well, why don't you start with the allergy list, and so I can then just avoid. I won't even bother pointing out the things you can't have, because I don't want, of course, make your mouth water, and then you can't have the thing. So why don't you go ahead and start with that?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm allergic to most nuts, also to gluten, and I also can't eat anything with wheat in it. It's it's kind of a lot.
Yep. Okay. Roll a performance check just to see. Basically to see how higher it is, the longer you can keep him engaged with this whole.
As I'm doing this too, I've thrown my pack on the counter and I'm pulling out parchments and quills so that I can write down ingredients and all kinds of stuff. And I'm basically listing everything that's ever been in a baked good. When she's doing that,
I'll kind of every once in a while throw in don't forget about the walnuts. Those are really bad.
Yeah. Alright, so roll a performance check with advantage.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah.
So acting like a married couple or something.
Yeah, so he's like, okay, oh god. Because you rolled high, originally, he might have been tempted to be like, God, you know what, you can't have anything here, leave. But you rolled high enough, and I think as you're pulling stuff out of your pack, he also maybe sees a few coins drop, he sees the quality of your goods, he eyes Fury's new sword, he's like, they have money. They might, spend a bunch if I can find something. So we'll say he's good. You've bought at least 10-15 minutes. He'll put up with this, and he'll be on board.
Excellent.
So we'll swap over to the other group. So you have 10 to 15ish minutes before there's even, unless you do something, bust down a wall or something. You have 10 to 15 minutes of him probably not even paying attention to surroundings.
All right, so do I turn invisible before I start lockpicking, or do you guys stay out just keep watch from a distance, or what?
Yeah, I'd say
probably should have discussed this before we went in.
Yeah, we should. I was gonna say we should have figured out a plan before just going in here and be like, yeah, we're just gonna wing it.
No, okay. So I think you should be invisible so no one sees you go up to the door. Blah blah blah.
All right. Okay. Cool.
I can just chill back here and just keep a lookout.
Yeah, just you two of you talking here at the tree, I guess, and I'll go in and lockpick, and then maybe whistle or something so that you know what's up. And I guess if you watch the door, you'll see it go open as well. I guess
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll see you in a bit, I guess, and I'll cast invisibility on myself.
I'm gonna turn myself into a mouse. Could I do that?
I'm sure you can. I'm gonna go over. Oh, what the hell? Why can I not move?
Are you on select or ruler? Make sure you're on the select tool.
For some reason, I rubber banded back, but I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to lockpick. Actually, I will check for traps first.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me.
Big
okay.
Learning from Laura Bailey's mistakes.
Oh, is that did she forget to check for traps at some point?
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
may have got her murdered in campaign 1.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Oh, this is not great. The 6.
Right. Okay. You do a check on the door. You're like, yep, don't see any of the usual suspects here. No wires. The lock doesn't see. You can't see anything sticking out the lock. You feel it's good.
Never seen a trap in your life.
All right, then I'll try to lockpick it.
All right, roll me a dexterity check with your thieves' tools. So that's dexterity plus proficiency, since you're proficient with thieves' tools.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, it's not great. This plus proficiency. This dex, that is a 15.
It takes you a minute. You start to get a little nervous because normally you're faster at this, but after a minute or two, you hear the click and the lock seems to be unlocked.
All right, I'll quickly whistle so that the others know what's up. And I'll peek through, see what I can see through the door.
All right. What you see inside, you're first hit by a smell. The room just kind of smells of that musty decay kind of smell. Almost like maybe there was some damp, or the building wasn't done as up to code here, and moisture and stuff gets in, and this room is not maybe as looked after as the other parts of the house. You can see some iron manacles bolted to the wall. You also see stains of various sort on the floor in varying colors. You don't want to think too hard about what they might be.
Given my past, Would I have an idea? I guess I would have an idea, right?
Well, you know some of them are blood, but
Yeah,
you're
okay.
like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna think too hard about what the other things might be. There's also some jugs of water. You do see on that one of those tables, there looks like there are some loose gems scattered on the table, and there are some crates also that just like wooden crates that seem to be shut in the room.
Okay. Can I look for traps in the area?
Yeah, make a investigation check. But you have to obviously go inside, and if anyone else is following you inside, go ahead and move your tokens over there.
Yeah, I'll cautiously move up inside, looking out for traps and stuff.
I'd like to make a
Traps and
perception
stuff.
check just to see if there's anybody around that might possibly notice this door opening.
Yeah,
Well,
go
that's
ahead
all.
and make a perception check.
Oh my god, why am I rolling so garbage? This is a
Ollie,
5.
this is not the time to fuck up, man. Come on.
I know! I'm literally
You're
just
buying
putting
so
away...
much time. Come on, man. Do
I've
something.
literally put away all 3 of these dice right away after one roll. Like, get out of here.
No, 13 on my perception check.
13.
Yeah.
Anna, you wanted to do something?
Yeah, again, I'm a mouse, so I'm just like at his feet, and I'm kind of
Okay.
like hugging the wall.
Okay. Okay, you
So
do
yeah.
also see, now that you're in there, where's my mouse? There we go. You see, around this corner of the room, and here, you can see there are, doorways. And Orion, you were in, the one over here, should go into the bakery, and you definitely didn't see a doorway there on the other side of the bakery when you were in there.
Right.
So your guess is
Yeah.
there's a hidden door in the bakery on that side.
Right. Can I, retroactively, because this is kind of like a new spell, and we have talked about this
Yes.
before, like skill. Retroactively, can I say that I use my feature to telepathically talk to the party?
Sure. And Cole, with your perception check, you don't see anyone around that is at the moment. There are no customers coming to the bakery. So you're pretty confident no one's seeing you going in there. Are you gonna follow them inside or stay guarding outside?
No, I'm watching. I'm lookout.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna say then you're basically just constant perception checking.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know
yeah.
if you see anything.
What's my passive? My passive perception is 16.
Yeah, so I'll let you know if something jumps out at you. You feel the need to alert the others.
Could I have my passive perception active while inside while Orion's doing his thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can have this talking thing with up to 3, basically up to my proficiency level. So 3 people. So I'll say that I connected with Fury, Cole, and Neri. And yeah, I'll tell Cole and Neri about the door in the back that is supposed to be there but isn't showing from inside the bakery.
Okay.
Can I
Yeah, is that a both
scan
ways
for
thing?
it?
Is it you only talk to them or can they answer?
Is it like
Alright.
message?
To send or receive messages, no action required. You and the other creature must be within 1 mile of each other. Creature can't use this telepathy if it can't speak. Any creature can enter. You and the creature don't need to speak common language. Hang on. The message.
It said can answer.
Yeah,
The
unless
creature can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak
Okay.
telepathically with them.
So
So,
then you
it's
can
a two-way
answer.
street.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Can
That way
I?
I can tell y'all if somebody
Yeah.
notices anything.
Well, no, it's just
Get out,
to
get out,
me.
get out.
Well, you can tell Bowdy
It's
or
just
to
me.
Orion.
That's what I mean. I can tell
Yeah.
you
And then
Okay,
you'll
yeah,
tell.
yeah.
get out
And
now.
then I can tell.
Yep.
I know.
Can I scan for the door in the room that we're in?
Yep. Make a perception check. Or investigate. Well, not really investigation because you're more looking. You're not really going over there and
Glance,
physically
more sort of
doing anything.
spatting
Yeah.
guy, yeah.
That's only an 11.
You you just look over and you see like there's a work table, like there's a countertop and a wall there. You don't see anything that immediately suggests a door. Like nothing jumps out as that's how to trigger like a hidden door, but you know the corner that Orion's talking about.
And I'll just let him know that I can't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
It's also a connection for 3 hours, by the way.
Nice.
Oh,
So you're set. So
who needs magical earrings?
You took like 1 or 2 minutes to get in the room. Now that you're in there, you doing anything else?
I'll ask Cole, since he has basically scouted it with detect magic, approximately where he got the pings.
I will confidently describe exactly where those pings were. 'Cause I don't remember.
You saw like your best guess. Here, I'll just like ping on the map where you saw them. Like on the map, you see these boxes. These are the crates that I'm talking about, and they seem to be coming from there.
Okay.
Like would be your best guess, and there was also a ping like over here.
Okay. And what's that pile over there in the corner?
It looks like some like just like loose like straw and blankets over it, like maybe really shitty like that, plus the manacles, plus the stains. You take guess this room is both storage, but also maybe was a place to keep unwanted guests or maybe interrogate some people, and that was like the really gross, shitty, barest of something resembling like a bed or a place to sit or lay down, because the manacles are within reach of that area too that are bolted to the wall.
All right. I'll tell Anna, if you look in that corner over there, because it seems like there's not really chests over there, and I'll check the chests if there's anything there.
Sure.
All right. Both of you make Anna, make an investigation check. And you get to use your stats for that, because you can use your mental stats of your own because of Druid Wild Shape. You don't need to use mouse stats. And Orion, you're looking in the crates?
Yeah, are they like open crates or is like chests or?
Well, two of them are I think 2 of them. Let me double check my notes 1 sec. So this tiny one here is just, you realize when you go to open the top, you're like, wait a minute, it's an upside down crate. And if you, like it's just been placed upside down, the top part is not actually the top of this one. These two, like the bigger one you're standing in front of, and the one that you open them, you know how like when you see in TV all those crates have like straw, or it's like the D&D equivalent of like packing peanuts to protect the items in it, so you have to dig through a little bit to find what's in it. So make me an investigation check for those ones that you're like digging through.
I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12? Okay. You're going through like the straw, the blankets, some of which have also stains that you're not too pleased that you're like, oh, I'm touching this. And also as a mouse, like some of them are pretty heavy, and you're just kind of almost like gnawing through, looking around. You don't really see anything of what you can move around. It just seems like if there is something here, it must be maybe something small buried in the straw, like hard to find.
I rolled a 21 when it mattered.
You rolled a 21?
Nice.
Oh, baby. Okay. So in the crates, between the two, not the upside down one, but the two that you just pry the normal, like, lid off the top and you're looking through, you find 2 basic healing potions. You find a potion of water breathing. And you find, similar to, like, you know, there was 1 or 2, like, scattered gems on that table. You find more gems in them. And I might just send you the list of this afterward, because you find 1 small agate, lapis lazuli, and a malachite, and 2 quartz. All of those would be worth like about 10 gold. And then you find a moonstone, 2 amber, 4 jade, and an amethyst, all worth about 50 gold, because they're bigger. And then in a pouch in the second crate with the gems. So the potions were in 1 crate. And then in another crate was the gems and this pouch. you just opening the pouch quickly, you find this like silvery dust, like silvery opalescent-y dust that has a strong like arcane vibe to it, but you're not 100% sure what it is.
Jewel.
Do you have?
I can send you that list later.
I was gonna say the entire thing.
I can send you the entire thing.
Yes, please. Okay.
And just to be clear, we were supposed to find weapons, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And the invite said specifically weapons, but there's that one crate that's just a crate upside down that Orrian hasn't checked yet.
Yeah.
And that was. Sorry to interrupt, but that was the box that was pinged by Cole with his detect magic.
Yes.
I pinged the whole room. So
yeah, the room kind of had little things like so. Clearly, the potions would have
Potions,
pinged.
obvious.
That the dust would have pinged.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one more thing because there were 5 pings, and you found 3 potions in the dust. So there's something else in here.
And that's so there's. But did we find something in the straw, whatever it was over there in the corner?
No,
as well?
Enna has not found anything yet. But she is also a small mouse, and there's some heavier like things there.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I kind of like. Oh, I can't telepathically talk to you, right? Because you didn't select
No.
me.
No, sorry.
You hear
So-
like a
Oh,
little.
that after as
If you
well.
want to go over to the upside down crate, you're gonna have to make a strength check to write it
no.
because you're small. Like it's probably a crate of similar size to your whole body.
For me, oh okay. All right. Well, let's give it a go, I guess.
We'll say
Just
it's
sort of
taken
strength
another like
check?
4 or 5-ish minutes to search all these things.
I mean, 16 is not too bad.
16. Luckily for you, it seems like this crate, as you go, it's hard to start because again, it's the size of your whole body, kind of hard to get. You kind of just go to try and like push it over. Once you get a little bit of lift, you do manage to push it over, because you realize it was empty and there was no top. And as you like tip it over, you brush aside some straw and you find a metal lockbox. I will say though, make a stealth check to see if you made noise at and like pushing over this crate.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of that. I'm good at stealth. Oh, I'm very good at stealth. 21.
Okay. We'll say at the moment you did that, Neri happened to just very coincidentally let out a very well-timed, like, excited little squeal or shriek. Like, maybe he found something you could eat. He's like, or maybe he's talking about, maybe we'll do some custom orders. Something. So, yeah, you find a metal lockbox under there.
Okay. Is it locked?
Yes.
Is it trapped?
Make a investigation check.
Oh my god. 6
Oh,
again?
stink. Oh, bro.
I should have given
6?
you bardic
6?
inspiration.
You look for the same signs you did on the door. Like, you look through the keyhole. You look around it. Like, does it look like it's tied to something? Like, if I move the box, is there a string that's going somewhere? You don't see anything. As you're looking at this box, jump back to the other ones for a minute. Actually, no. Hold on. We have a few more minutes before. But yeah, so you can keep looking at this box.
Okay.
Okay, how big of a box is it? Is it like giant? Is it small?
I want to say, like, how big is insert thing here? But then it tells you exactly what may or may not be in it.
Yeah.
Is it sword sized?
Yeah, like is it like weapons, like big weapon size, or is it like a smaller
Long and
box?
narrow.
Is it size of a
Could he fit it in
donut
his
box?
bag?
Be able to
Is
see
it-
this.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
can I put it in my bag?
It is about half the size of this katana. We're gonna say for physical
Okay.
representation. So it's a few feet, like 2 or 3 feet
mean-
across, and like 2 feet.
Is it
Eh?
heavy?
You can pick it up and see.
I mean, yeah, I'll try to pick it up.
Make a strength check.
Maybe trap.
Moments like this, I wish I was not a mouse because I'd be like, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
no
pick it up with
problem.
one hand. Jump. All right,
Yep.
let's go.
But I'm being a mouse just in case something happens.
10. It's the metal of the box seems very heavy and thick because again the box doesn't look that big, but you do struggle a bit to pick it up. You can like lift at the knees and you like get it a little bit, but you're kind of
Right.
like it's the I'm standing and I am bending a bit under the weight. If I had to walk or run with this, it'd be a huge struggle and pain in the ass, but you can lift it
Yeah.
barely.
Uh,
At this time,
Oh,
Cole,
can I?
you see? Oh, well, yeah,
Can
finish
I
your thought
quickly
first.
basically just keep everyone up to date? So like, I found this, I found that,
Yeah.
I found this chest,
Go ahead
this
and
lockbox.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll
So,
basically bring everyone.
Cole, Fury, and
next to-
Neri, do you want to react to that before?
Yeah, I'll telepathically go like, it's not exactly what I'd hoped you would find in there. But I feel like
No,
a little
but
more.
I'm not sure what's in the box
actual
because
evidence.
I'm kind of scared that it might be trapped. I didn't find any traps, but at the same time, you know, I kind of want to
Bring
just
the
take it
whole
out
box.
first.
Fine.
It's a bit too heavy for me to lift, though.
All right. As you're saying that, and you're having this telepathic conversation, Cole, you see another customer going to enter the bakery, like just the front door, like normal. They
Beautiful.
are wearing like dark green leather armor, black cloak on. A scarf is kind of obscuring their face. You can't see them very well. They're, if you had to guess, like a taller male. They have like broader shoulders and they're pretty tall, so you would guess a male humanoid of some kind. But yeah, there's like a customer going into the bakery, and after a few seconds, Neri and Cole, you would also see this same individual enter the bakery. You can see, or yeah, Neri and Fury. You see the same things I said to Cole, but you also maybe because you can see in person. You can see there's a bit of blonde hair poking out from the hood, and it looks like an elven individual. And there is also a suggestion of a scar peeking out from the scarf that covers part of their face.
Yeah.
And he comes in and looks at Crook, the baker, and is like, excuse me, are you busy at the moment with these customers, sir? And he's like, yes, but we're wrapping up shortly. I can help you for I can help you in one moment.
Neri's gonna start gasping, like someone from anaphylaxis or something, and like, fanning her face. And she's gonna look at Neri or look at Fury, and she's just gonna like pretend to pass out.
Fury will just like gasp and look at the baker. What did she eat something? Did you give her something to try that she wasn't supposed to have? And I'll just like
You've been watching the whole time. No one's eaten anything. We've just been making this list. What do you mean? Both of you roll. Either both of you can roll performance or just Fury with advantage from Neri passing out.
Ooh.
I don't have a lot of fucking Google acceleration shit on, so now my die is rolling at.
Oh yeah, it rolls so
Second.
slow. Yeah.
14. What advantage you said, or
Well,
is
you
Neri
choose.
on
You
as well?
can either both roll, or you can roll with advantage. Because Neri's passed out. Like her part of the
Let
performance is
Neri
kind of like
roll as
done.
well, yeah. Let her roll.
All right,
'cause
Neri.
I'm not
Okay.
charismatic
Roll to
at
see if he
all.
believes you're passed out.
It's another dirty 20.
Dirty
Nice,
20?
nice.
Okay. So he's like, oh my god, he goes to start, like, fanning you with, like, his apron, being like, Miss, I swear she didn't eat anything.
I'll involve the random person.
Well, the
Do you
random...
happen to know any healing, any mending, anything?
The customer just walked in and goes, healing is not exactly my forte. I'll give you some room, and he's gonna walk over to, hold on, let me bring this token up. This person. He's gonna walk, like, back here to the bakery. He's like, I'll give you some space. I'll wait till you sort that out. And Orion, make a perception check for me to see what you can hear of this from the back room. Anna as well.
What was that perception you said?
Perception, yeah.
Ooh, that is a good one. Perception. 23.
Okay.
Nice.
Jesus.
18.
I
18.
rolled a
So
19,
you both
but-
can hear this commotion going on. So your guess is either they're giving you time to get the box and get out, or something's happening. And Anna, you're like, okay, so that's what you think is happening. Orion, you're starting to think that. You're like, okay, oh, this is it, great. And as you're maybe getting ready to do whatever you're gonna do next, you hear the voice of the person who came in through the wall, and you recognize that voice. It is a voice you never hoped to hear again, nor one that you expected to hear again. But that would be the voice of former coworker, mentor, question mark?
I know who you mean.
Certain individual by the name of Vezrin.
Yeah. What's afraid of that? Yeah, okay.
Interesting.
Well, I was gonna say you would hear in your brain, since you catch that thing, I would be like, So this shifty-looking dude just went into the bakery.
No.
And you hear that
will-
before the noise and
kind of
stuff
like
starts happening. So
telepathically.
you would be aware that somebody shifty has gone in.
Yeah, we're causing a scene. Just get the fuck out with the box if you can. That's like the message you get from me while Neri is.
I will ask because just to clarify, you guys cannot hear each other. It's just me. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah,
centered.
you would
So
have
you
to be the
hear
middleman.
Fury
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
we're making a scene, get out. You hear Cole saying someone sketchy walked in there,
Yeah, yeah.
and you heard the voice, so you also knew that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I will just to confirm, I will ask Cole. Sorry, Fury. What does this guy look like?
I don't know, blonde, slight scar on his face. He's wearing a hood, so not really much else that I can see.
Oh, come and help me with this box, please.
Shit.
I'm
Okay.
not sure if I can get this out in time.
He
Is
has a
anybody
scarf
around?
over his face, right?
He's wearing basically like a hood, and he has a scarf up almost like the way like we wear masks. His nose is uncovered because he's not wearing it for that reason, but like the scarf kind of covering the lower half. It's almost like turtlenecky vibe, the lower half of his face, and he brought it down a little bit when he came in to talk, so it's like obscuring his like neck and everything. And you see the scar seems to kind of come up like from his neck and up across his, and it's like a not like a cut scar, like it's almost like a darker red, like a welt kind of look to it.
I'm gonna motion like to indicate that I want the scarf basically, but make it seem like I want it to cover my nose and mouth to prevent inhaling whatever is quote unquote giving me a reaction right now. See if I can get him to take it off.
Make a performance check to see if he understands what you're even asking. Like, what are you doing to try and communicate this?
Like reaching, gasping, in like pointing at the scarf,
Okay.
and waving in front of my nose and mouth, that kind of deal.
Okay, make a performance check.
Oh my god, if my die falls off my desk one more time.
Bye. Fucking.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
He's gonna like look at you and almost more just like don't come close to me because he's worried he's just gonna be like, oh, fine, and just like kind of take it and throw it at you like it's just a black like neck scarf. It's nothing. It's just
But
fabric.
we see his face fully.
Yep.
I'm gonna look around, see if anybody's around that would see me walk into this place.
I'll just say even with your passive and now you're on high alert, you don't see anyone. Like he was the first person you've seen for the like 15 or so minutes you've been here.
Perfect. I'm gonna walk in as if I own the place, very confidently. Just walk in, open the door, walk in, grab the case, walk out.
All right. Yeah, you can because you're a taller, stronger, more physical guy than Orion. You can lift it, no problem. And it does not seem that removing it does anything per se.
Perfect. I am not going to run off and hide into the woods though, but I am going to just continue walking down the street as if I'm supposed to be there doing the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Walk with purpose. Walk as if you belong.
Yep. Make we'll wait till you get into more crowded areas and we'll have you make a performance check to own your. I'm fine. I'm not
trust
sketchy at all.
that they know because I assumed that we just skipped over the part where we said if anything goes wrong, we rendezvous at the Cobalt Soul. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm headed. I'm just literally just.
Well, I mean, logically, that's where you have to bring back your
where-
report of your
Exactly.
findings anyway. So
You can also like tell Orion that as you're picking up the
Oh
box
yeah, I
right
could
next
do
to
that.
it.
Yeah, I'm taking it to. I'm gonna go straight to the Cobalt Soul right now.
okay.
Yeah, and,
Okay.
then he can telepathically like inform us.
Yep.
which
I will-
He can
And
tell.
I
you.
will-
Guys, right? So, yeah.
I mean,
I guess I'll just follow.
I was gonna say I will tell Anna Cole's going to the Cobalt Soul. Go with him, and telepathically I will tell the others get out. And you can definitely tell that I'm not my chatty self that I normally am.
Mhm.
Oh.
I'll just kind of like go like if the guy like approaches, I'll just do the Fury angry thing and just like, oh, you're making it worse, and I'll just kind of like pick up Neri and we are leaving and just like pick her up with her in my arms, just like cause a scene and leave the bakery and shut the door behind me and like put her back down once we're like
Neri
kind of like
full
around the
swoons.
corner.
Scarf in her hand, trailing behind them. Like,
Sure.
That was
okay.
really good. You did great. It was perfect.
I'll also tell them go to the Cobalt Soul. Cole and Anna are on their way there.
Sure.
Okay. Well, then it looks like you managed
I am
to
not going after them right
get
away.
this box out
No.
of there. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So everyone move your tokens accordingly. If you're leaving the bakery, move them out. You can just like maybe go like up. If you put your token down there, I'll know you're like headed to leave. So Orion, you're lingering for a second.
Was there? Because I'm still invisible, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any windows and stuff in the bakery side?
There are no windows on any building and in this complex. So you'd have to open one of those doors, but you now know for a fact, because Neri told you, there's definitely not a visible door, on the bakery part at least, so it would look real sketchy if you if the door opens
And then
suddenly.
there's a bell on the front door.
And there is a
Yeah.
bell on the front door, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's not even a window in the door as well, like in the door itself of the bakery.
Maybe in that very front one.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like the front door.
Scheming.
There's a small one. We'll say there's a small, like, round window in the front door only.
Would that be basically for like? Would that be
It's-
head height for me, or is it?
No, no,
No.
it is too tall for you. It is made for the average
man.
taller humanoid race.
God fucking damn it.
I'm a really good artist. I could do a sketch later. If you want.
There is a keyhole in that door, right?
Yeah, all the doors
In
have
the
keyholes.
door- Yeah, okay.
Like, all the exterior doors have keyholes, yeah.
I'm going to stay in this room.
While the others go to the Cobalt Soul.
Yes, and I'm
Alright.
going to wait for a while.
Alright,
And I'll since I know that there's a door there, like to the bakery
Yeah.
part. I'm guessing there's no keyhole there.
there's no keyhole for that one.
No, okay, or anything I can see through.
No. All you see, what,
Okay.
like, says it's a door, it looks like it's a door that, there's a pull handle, so it looks like it opens in towards your side, and then you can see, like, the seam, and it's a very basic, but it's not wood. It's, like, stone. You only know it's a door on your side, so you can see the, like, seam of the doorway, and you can see a handle.
Right.
Otherwise, it kind of looks weird, like, there's just a handle on the wall, but it's because you know now there's not a door on the other side, so it's literally a part of the wall that has been designed that can be pushed in, pulled in.
Okay. I will close the door to outside, so
Okay.
that it seems like nothing weird is happening.
Okay.
And I will listen at that door to see
Okay.
if I can catch any conversation.
Make
between the two of
a
them.
perception check for me.
Oh, come on! It's my perception. Oh, that's not great. That's +1.
Oy.
It rolled from a 14 to a 4. It's 5
Okay.
total.
You try, and all you hear now are muffled voices. You guess you could hear them before because they were talking loud enough to be heard over Neri's like commotion. Now they're the only
Yeah.
ones in there. They've gone back to talking at a more regular, borderline hushed, like whispered volume. So you can't make out words. It does sound like they're having a conversation. You start to hear Krook the baker getting a bit heated, getting a bit louder.
Uh-oh.
And then the conversation goes back to a bit more like even tones. And then you start to hear footsteps. Roll me a straight dexterity check.
I was
Or
gonna say,
roll me a
if I
dexterity
hear
saving
them-
throw.
I was gonna say if I hear them coming, I'll go back, but yeah.
Yeah, you
dex
can roll a
saving throw?
dexterity save with advantage because you hear them. It sounds like they're coming to the door you're listening at.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Okay, you dive out of the way just in time, so the door, even though you're invisible, they don't feel like, or the door hit something or resistance to it or anything.
Okay. I will move back here.
Move back there. Okay, as they're coming in, you hear, Krook opens the door and is like, I'll have you know, you better be willing, this offer better be entirely upfront, no half now, half later, because I'm not foregoing the chance at a very good auction tonight only get a partial payment now. And you hear Vezran say, I can pay you in full. Trust me, it'll be worth it. I guarantee you I can probably pay you more than you'd get at the auction. And he starts to go, but then he goes, and they pause, and they look at the upended crate where the box was. And
Got to put that back.
you see the crook's face, just all the color drain, and he stops, and Vezran's like, well, I'm waiting. Where is it? Do you have the sword? And he goes, I forgot. I had it. It was being cleaned and appraised, actually. Yes, so that I could know to be sure what the starting price was for the auction tonight. It should be back in a few hours. If you will come back. And Vezran lets out a scoff, a sigh of derision. It's like, amateurs running things. Okay, fine. I will be back in a few hours. But if you do not produce the sword, I will consider this a gross waste of my time, and I will not be happy. And when I am not happy, people pay for the price of that. Do you understand? He's like, yep, yes, sir, right away. And
how far away, roughly, is the rest of the party at this point?
What's the average walking speed of people?
3 miles per hour.
6 seconds.
Yeah, 3
I
miles.
have 30 feet. Yeah, so.
Okay, yeah, 30 feet every 6 seconds. So, and it's been a few minutes there, out of, your thing goes up to a mile? Your telepathy?
My teleport.
Okay, I'll say you can still talk to them. But
okay,
they're off this map. They're
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I'll tell them we've got the sword. This is good. Apparently it's worth quite a bit.
And Cole, make a performance check for me so that you're pulling off the I'm meant to be here. This is my possession stride of pride, and not looking like a panicky. Oh God, what am I doing? I have stolen goods.
LOL. All right, here we go. Let's go with this dice. It feels good.
You got it.
That was a natural 20.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
no one is questioning y'all at all. They're like, that's just a dude going out with his belongings. It's fine. So
It's fine.
no, you don't draw the attention of anyone on your way back. And once Vezran leaves, you just see Crook. He searches. He starts searching the room, seeing what else was taken, because now he knows, oh fuck, something has happened. He sees so much shit's gone. You see him rush to the front, bakery's closed. How long are you sticking around?
As he runs out of this room, I want to quickly leave the door. I just open and close it real quick, quietly, and move out, and see if I can see Vezran leave, and I'll try to follow him.
Okay, make a stealth check.
With advantage, it's invisible.
Everyone is stressing
One was
out.
a 1 and the other is a 6, but I have +9, so that's 15.
Oh my God.
Okay, so you open and shut the door, and he doesn't notice. He's too panicked, and he's going around. Now make a perception check to see if you can catch which way Vezran went.
16.
Okay. You are able to clock him, and you can choose to follow him.
Yeah, I'll stay at a distance. How much time has passed at this point? From the point that I started my invisibility?
Definitely 15 minutes. Maybe 20. How
So
long is it up for?
It's for an hour.
Okay. He seems to be, as you if you follow him for a long enough time. Let me just go back to the map of Ankarel for you guys, because you were in the river district, which is fairly big. He's heading southwest. So you guys are in this district right here with all the greenery and that dome.
Mm-hmm.
You were probably more of over on this edge of it is probably more precisely where you were. And he's heading in a southwest direction.
I mean, I'll try to follow him as long as I have invisibility.
Okay.
See where he goes. Also, always at a safe distance, so that there's no way that he can catch me.
Okay. I'll say
basically.
Make one more stealth check for me, just for the duration of the following. And then there are others. How long? Let's see. Where on this map? The Cobalt Soul headquarters are in the guided district. So it would take you... Hold on. The hardest part of D&D, math.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Math and voices.
That's gross.
So it's about 12. It's about like 3,000 feet away. So how many feet are in a mile? Guys,
Don't talk to
There's
Europeans.
1,600 meters in a mile. There's 3 feet to a meter. So 3 times 16 is
okay, it's about a little over half a mile for you to get to the Cobalt Soul. How long to walk half a mile? 6 to 10 minutes. Okay, so you'll be walking for like 10 minutes. We'll be generous. What point in that 10 minutes would you be like, yo, Orion, where you at?
Probably
Are you
like
good, bro?
2 minutes in.
Okay.
2 minutes in. I mean,
Yeah, if we're like halfway towards the Cobalt Soul and we still haven't heard from Homie, then yeah.
Okay.
You know, we're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Okay, so Orion, what was your stealth check for your pursuit?
28.
Okay, yeah, you do not. You managed to make sure not only are you keeping a good distance, but it's like you're making sure not to hit any other civilians, so he's not seeing like people stumbling over nothing. You're hearing noises when he goes down the more quiet streets. You track him to the Suncut Bazaar, which is this district. Hey, I'm on the wrong tool. This district. He's precisely, you're more in like this. You're like the northern part of that district. And he, as you get to that district is when you hear your friend, how you guys, you still have that telepathic. So which one of you is, of the three
Is it
who have the
still
link? Are you
Is it
within?
still within a mile?
Let me check. Because 6,000 feet
It's
is a mile. And so that's
It's
like,
a big city.
you're fine. Like a mile is like, because like 25 feet is 1,200. Yeah, you can span from the Suncut Bazaar to the River District or the river to the Guided, and that's the edge of your range. So you're still barely in there. If someone was in like the Circlet Walk or the Alluvium District or the Ridge, it'd be too far. But you're kind of hovering around that middle band of the city right now. You're just in range. Yeah, you still have a connection.
All right. So who's
If I'm interpreting distance correctly, and if not, too bad. I'm a DM. It is now.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
Ryan, you good? We're almost at the Cobalt Soul. Where the fuck are you?
I'm good. I'll catch up with you guys later.
I do find it amusing. I'm the only one who has no idea what conversations you guys are having telepathically.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Just walking around.
I'm just walking around.
So like, does he sound off?
it doesn't sound
Yes, definitely.
normal.
He's not rambling.
You don't hear it.
He's being
Miri. You don't hear
concise.
this.
Just me,
He's
yeah.
being concise with his words, and that's all you need to know that something's up.
Something's
Okay,
off.
so I'll not telepathically fucking mouth to the group. So I just asked Orion if he's good, and he's not talking my ears off. Something's wrong.
Oh man, I kind of wish Anna could hear him because Anna knows him the best of everybody here.
Yeah, you would.
True. Yep.
Okay, so
Damn.
we're probably about halfway to the Cobalt Soul by now. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should drop this off there, and
We
then
need to
if he's
drop
not
this
back,
off and
we
then
should need to
figure
look
out-
for him. Something
Yeah.
isn't right.
He knows where to meet us, and he. I think if he was in trouble, he would say those words.
Which is why I'm worried, because he's acting strange, but not directly saying what he's doing, or it's just very unlike him.
I agree. Let's get this stuff dropped off, and then. Did
Do you guys
where
say
he
this out
is?
loud?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
me and
We
Paul are
can't
just
tell it
discussing
that.
this, man.
The telepathic bonds is just between me and them, and not between them.
Yeah. So okay. So did he say where he was?
No, he did not.
Dude, where are you?
Yeah, dude, this is the cue. It's telepathic.
Yeah. That's, you gotta touch the earpiece.
Don't worry about me. I'll see you guys at the Cobalt Soul.
Would I be able to like roll
Well, I
like
asked.
insight or something
Sure.
if excuse me, if people are telling me like what they're hearing? Because again, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say before you do, Orion, yes, Anna knows you the best. how much does Anna, like, what, this individual, would you realistically have ever told Anna about them, talked about them? Or, if not them by name, talked about what the role they played in your past?
I don't think so. I think nobody actually knows about my past. How much time did we spend together again before we actually met up? Like,
Was it like
for
a couple weeks or like a couple days or I don't know.
I think it was, like a few weeks to a month-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, that is quite a long time.
I
And
can
for
check.
reference, how
It'll
long-
just take me a minute to find
How
it.
long have we been a group at this point?
I think last session we said it was about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there was time. I have no idea. I'll do the math at some point. I had done the math at one point, and then I stopped keeping good track of how long it's been.
I don't think I've told even Anna anything about what happened or like how me and Vezran are related.
Yeah, no, not 3 months. The last time I checked, I have Day's party has been together 25 ? So I think it's only actually more like 1 month that you guys have been a group.
Oh, wow.
And then
That
an
makes sense.
additional month that you knew
Yeah.
Anna. Neri, Cole and Fury have a pretty long time, and then Neri, Cole, and Fury have a relatively long time before the group. And then you and Anna had a pretty good, but it was shorter than theirs.
I think I wouldn't have told her anything about really what.
Yeah. Then in that
transpired
case,
in
I don't know if
my
you
past.
could make an insight check because you don't really know. Like all you'd get is you'd agree with them that something's off because you know, like again, he is someone who talks
Usually
in,
just
who
talks your ear
is
off.
rambly, who is high energy, who is easily distracted. Right now, he seems laser focused and concise and calm, and that's not
Actually-
things he is.
Actually, Anna, would you have asked about my past? Because I think Orion is not someone who would really
Hide it, but he wouldn't talk about
his
it.
pa- Yeah, basically, like he wouldn't hide his past per se, but he wouldn't bring it up himself either.
Yeah.
I feel that with Anna showing up on this plane and getting to know you and the other folks in our not cohort, but like in the village, I feel like she would have been curious. But if you keep that information close to your chest, I think she would have had enough, insight to not pry, right?
Right.
Because she just kind of like fell onto this plane. She's like, "Oh, let's talk about your scary past." I don't think Anna would do something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I
fair.
mean? Like,
I think
she
I
would have
would
rather
have-
just focused on being like your friend and getting to know you as a person instead of your shady past.
yeah.
If it's
Well,
shady.
Yeah, fair. I think what I would have told you is basically about like my childhood, how I grew up in like a small town with my parents, in like the woody area. I would have also told you about that I at some point learned magic from someone, and that's how I also got to meet Fred, or like basically summon Fred.
I feel like that would be something that you and I would talk about because of
Yeah,
my
because-
background as well.
Yeah, like I would definitely, because you are into animals and stuff. You're a druid, so that makes sense. So considering that, I would have told you about Fred, and that there's someone in my past who taught me magic. I probably wouldn't have talked much about who this person was per se.
Yeah, that's something that you and I both actually share in common. And I don't think either of us would have disclosed those names to each other
Yeah, fair.
due to our history. Well, I'm just speaking from Anna's perspective, right? Of like what Anna would have been curious about, because she would have thought about like herself of just like, would I share this information with anybody that I just met and who I've
Yeah.
known for like a month, right?
Yeah, and like it would be like a case of like, oh yeah, someone taught me magic, and that's how I eventually summoned Fred, and now he's my companion. And it's not like this and this person and this happened with him, and like yeah. So like
Okay.
globally, I told you a bit about that
Yeah.
part of my life, but not like in detail or anything.
Okay.
Unless you
And
would
I'll
have
disclose that to the
actually
group.
asking.
I'll be like, this is the only thing that I know about Orion that could relate, right? Because how would you have been disclosing that with me? Like the global conversation around it without
pretty
mitigating this.
No. I'd say I would be pretty relaxed. Yeah, like I said, just like in like a pretty regular conversation, I guess. Like, oh yeah, someone taught me magic, and that's how I got to meet Fred.
Maybe-
but I like
okay.
unless you really would have continued asking, but like, who's this person, and like
How about this?
continue asking like.
Roll an insight check, and if it's high enough, I do have a way that maybe you could connect those two things, but it'd have to be pretty high because it's a very small connection. But I could see it happening.
Me?
Yes, and I roll an insight check based on having that information from Orion. Okay, so it's not for sure, but you do remember, like, that's one of the conversations you had frequently because, again, you love animals. Fred's presence was one of the things that initially bonded you to Orion, so you asked about him. And you do find all the time you talked about Fred, and it's been mentioned, like, yeah, I learned to summon him from this guy that taught me magic. But you now realize he never said the name of this guy, and that seems kind of weird, not to mention, like, most people, their mentor or a tutor or someone who taught them their skills. Like, it's not normally something, even just the name. You might not go into detail, but you might say the name, and you notice that Ryan never has. So maybe that now, only now, now he's acting weird, kind of seems odd, and maybe it's something, maybe it's nothing.
All right, so I disclose that to the group that, you know, I mentioned that, you know, we know Orion to be this really talkative guy, and from the time that, you know, I got to know Orion before meeting all of you, he's talked about magic and, you know, learning it from a person, but whenever he's talked about it, he's been, you know, cool, calm, collected about it, but he never disclosed the name. So I do find it a little weird. Because again, I can't hear him like you guys, so I'm only putting things together based on what you guys are sharing with me. It's kind of unfortunate that I can't hear this at all.
Yeah, we should just, you know, hand this off and just look for him.
Well, I asked him where he was, and he wouldn't answer me.
Yeah,
he wouldn't tell me.
That's not Orion. That's not like Orion to do that.
Well, okay.
And so I don't know where to go to even try to look for him.
Does any one of us know how far the telepathy range is?
I would
probably not.
The fucking knobhead.
Like it never has been an issue where we had to worry about the range of the telepathic bond.
Yeah.
Because I've literally
Orion's
used
on
it twice
AWOL,
now.
so isn't that good?
Very
Let's just,
convenient.
he knows to meet us at the Cobalt Soul. Let's get this stuff to the Cobalt Soul and then see if we can't find a way to locate him.
Doesn't show up at the Cobalt Soul,
He won't tell us
very
where he is, so
soon.
there's nothing we can do about it anyway.
oh, I'm gonna kill
We
him.
just have to trust him, and I would just say, like, I trust Orion, but from what you guys are sharing with me, this is not the Orion that I know.
No,
And he's
So-
invisible, so
it's not a matter
can
of
handle
not trusting
himself.
him. He's the smartest guy I know. Don't tell him I said that.
How long does your invisibility
Wow.
last,
Just-
by the way?
we're
40
standing right
minutes.
here.
Well, an hour total.
Okay.
So 40 minutes.
It's just more of like I trust him, but
Yeah.
whatever he's doing, whatever
I don't trust the
people
people
he's
who-
getting involved with, I
Right.
don't trust them. You know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly. When we see him again, we will have a good, solid conversation.
We'll
I
try.
want to punch him in the face.
So we'll do you guys going back to the Cobalt Soul, and then I'll do what you see as you track Vezrin. All right. So you head back to the Cobalt Soul. So all you have is the box, because Orion has the other
Yeah,
items
he
you
would
found.
have other items, yeah.
So to reminder,
Yeah, but
we're
they only
3
cared about
potions.
Magic
Well, the potions are
weapons,
magic.
right?
They said magic
Oh, magic
items.
We could use a potion.
Yeah,
Oh,
they didn't really say weapons. They just said magic items.
They did, yeah.
I have weapons
The
in my
weapons,
hand
like
as
the
well.
weapon's important because the weapon will be evidence because they need evidence of an
Yeah.
illegal
Yeah.
enchanted weapon.
Right.
Use the
But
potions ourselves.
they also were like, we'll give you gold for other magic items you find because Contraband is
250.
contraband.
How much per magic
250
item?
gold.
250 per magic item.
Per magic
250
item, huh?
for- 250
Well,
for a
gold.
potion is a lot of gold.
That is a
That's
lot
what
of
I'm
gold.
saying. Like, here's
I mean,
this
you know,
potion.
Just
just hope
something.
Brian doesn't die, and he can just come turn him in later. Smile.
All right.
I don't have
So-
any potions on me, so
You get back to the temple. You let the receptionist, who's now starting to recognize your faces, know you're there to see Iwo, your contact, your boss. They let you upstairs to his apartment, and he meets you there. You wait there for about like 10-ish minutes or so. And he's like, "Oh, back already? I thought you'd said there was the auction tonight that you were gonna infiltrate. Well, is there an update? Did you get news?"
yeah, we decided that if we waited for the auction, there would be too many people there, and we wouldn't get to actually get evidence because it would all be sold.
Mm-hmm.
So we went ahead and infiltrated, and we brought this. And
Oh, okay. Interesting. This is clever. This is good thinking. This is the kind of thinking we like
Shit,
in the
Orion
Cobalt
has
Soul.
the goddamn note too.
Yep.
Yeah, one of our friends is still on the way with more evidence, but we figured this big box with whatever is in it, we didn't really want
course,
to
of
look
course,
too
yes.
much.
Yeah,
So we
that's
decided to
something
just
he had
leave
to
that
take
here,
care
and
of,
the
but
rest-
he
the
should
rest
be
will
meeting
come
us
later.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. He will inspect the box. You'll see him say some incantations, cast some spells, seemingly looking for magic and whatnot. You will then see he's gonna say, "Give me a moment," and he's gonna go downstairs and come back with another like mid-ranking operative in the Cobalt Soul, just because they look to have like fancy robes or some like ornamentation on them, some like insignias that you don't recognize, but seemingly something that makes them look kind of elevated. And it's like it's a blue dragonborn who comes in, and they speak some Draconic to each other. I don't think any of you speak Draconic.
No.
And
No.
you s-
Man, I don't.
and you see the Dragonborn again speaking incantations in Draconic, and he has some it looked like thieves' tools, but they seem to be like enchanted thieves' tools because they almost have like an arcane energy to them. And as he and then he gets the box unlocked, but then before he opens it, he like puts the box in a corner and like pulls up like a dome around it, and then summons a mage hand to open the box, and the box explodes a poison gas that the dome contains.
Oh.
So seemingly it was very trapped.
Hold it.
Once the poison starts to like dissipate, he releases the dome and hands the box to Iwo, who seemingly says to thank him in Draconic, and the guy leaves. Seems to be just like, I guess, like a special like arcane trap disarmer / like infiltration expert the Cobalt Soul keeps on hand. Works for them.
Cobalt Soul Bomb Squad.
Yeah. Basically. Opens the box, and you see him grab a handkerchief from his pocket, and he will not touch it directly, but he pulls out a short sword. And this short sword seemingly has, it looks to be just kind of like the make of the sword. It's a standard short sword, doesn't look anything fancy. There aren't any like precious metals inlaid. The guard, the hilt doesn't seem too crazy fancy or anything, but it has this like red, almost like crystalline veins and like a crimsony red color that stem, like the hilt is red and those crystalline almost like vein work go up the blade. And he's like, and he's holding it with like cloths on your side. He goes, "This is exactly what we suspected. Yes, perfect. Excellent. This should help very much. Give us some tangible evidence to hand over to the hands of Ord. How long will your friend be? Because if we could have those other bits he has, that would be very useful."
Oh,
I telepathically reach out and be like, "Are
Hey.
you on your way? What? Like just."
Going on, dude?
As we're still moving around, are we still in range?
That's
Am
why
still in
I mean
range?
I'm checking if we're not.
I'm gonna say not anymore.
And we won't know. as
Yeah,
well.
you'll try,
No,
but he
yeah,
won't
no
answer
idea.
you. But you don't know. All you know is he doesn't answer you.
Well, we expect him to be back in a couple hours max, maybe.
Hopefully.
Okay. Well, we'll hand this off this evening, so he has the rest of the afternoon to present with the. So it's you have that note, and
Yeah, he has a note. He has other magical items that we procured from.
Were they weapons?
Location. No.
Oh, that's a
the only
shame.
weapon.
That's a shame, but this is still good. This is what we... You know, I said there's been an increase in these underground magical weapons, well, specifically ones that look like this, and he like highlights the crimson coloring to this. It almost like pulses a little bit even. And it's like this is it doesn't really have a name. It's a new substance, but due to the color, it's been called ruidium, after the moon, Ruidus. And it seems to be a substance that has been discovered at our dig site of Kael Moro. And remember, they have that big, like, giant hole in the middle of it that leads underground. They have, like, an underground city that they're excavating under the city right now. And it seems to have come from there. And it has led to many strange interactions, some physical ailments to those who have spent too long in its presence, so we've been trying to keep access to the dig site contained even more than normal, and it's to keep it from reaching the public, as this is a new material that seems to resonate with arcane nature. We don't know its creation, where it's from, but despite our best efforts, it seems this ruidium is being smuggled out and being used to make or enhance weapons such as these.
When they said the thing about physical harm, Neri just brought the scarf back up to her face.
It's fine. And now you see also he has not touched it with this. He's holding it with like cloths, right? Like he's making a point not to touch it. So, it's like it seems only prolonged contact. Like it's not an airborne. You should be fine. You're safe.
What does it do though? Like when it's like what's?
Well, it starts with like a red rash that some people have been having, and you think back to the tournament when some of you watching heard people talking about a red sickness.
Oh, right.
I and Cole saw that.
Yep.
Yup.
People covering up. So the early stages are a rash, typically originating from the point of contact, like where you interacted with or touched the object, so hands, most commonly if it's a weapon. If it progresses further, then from that rash, there's these crimson like veins, like your veins become more prominent and visible and he points to the sword blade and these like crystalline vein structure, that but a bit more in a human, less crystalline, more organic, but like red pulsing veins. In the furthest progressed cases we've seen, it eventually leads to some very nasty blisters and boils, very unpleasant. There's also seems to be an emotional component. It seems negative emotions are enhanced after spending too long around this or in contact with the substance. We have very tight schedules, you see on our I'm throwing my pen on our dig site for this reason. We don't want any of our archaeologists or our explorers or our historians to be negatively impacted. So we have maximum 6-hour shifts on site. But it does seem to be physical proximity that is the key. No one has been, as of yet that we know of, affected just by being around it. But we're not taking any chances.
So is it?
I asked, like, negative affect, like their emotions?
Like, they tend to be more irritable, more prone to depression, being anxious, rage. Just negative emotions seem to be enhanced, those that have the physical signs as well.
I think of Maggie. Because Maggie has been, she's been by herself a lot. When she read her poetry, it was kind of sad.
Yeah, but
I almost more think of Io and her impatience.
That whole group.
Yeah.
So that Maggie is not touching this stuff, but the others are.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of makes me think of a Horcrux, right? When you're around the Horcrux,
right?
It kind of manifests itself.
Is the Cobalt Soul the only group of people that oversee this dig site, or is there other groups involved?
Oh, we share access with the Allegiance of All Sight, as they are also prime historians. They are more of like the antiquarian historians. Like both of us, of course, knowledge is the most important thing, preserving knowledge and sharing of knowledge, but ours, we have a little bit more of an emphasis on
So-
like history. They have a little bit more of an emphasis on the arcane elements of it.
How would a substance like that just kind of go missing? And as in, are there other places where this has already been found, or is this the first time and somebody's nicking it from the mines and making?
We've reached
infusing
out
that
to
in
our
there?
agents across Exandria, and no one else seems to have ever discovered anything like this. The closest is in Taldore. Some of our operatives have spoke of residuum, and they share a commonality in that both of these, when ground into a dust or a powder, can be used as an arcane enhancement. We had the Allegiance was doing some experimentation, and you can use ruidium to replace some spell components, but of course, physically harvesting that ruidium is very risky and not recommended. Residuum does not seem to have that element, but residuum is only found in Taldore. It seems ruidium, it's unfortunate they're so similar in name. Ruidium is only found here so far that we know of. Specifically, see the dig site down there. It's an ancient city, but we've started taking to calling it the drowned city. As the further we went, we realized there was a vast body of water hidden underneath us, and there seems to be city remnants within it, and there are these strange pockets of energy, almost like extraplanar energy, if you will, and that seems to be where the ruidium is concentrated the most.
Okay.
All of you, well, not Orion, obviously, roll a history check for me.
Yeah. So basically, this is the only place this can come from. So somebody is going to this dig site to
Yes.
harvest it and
16.
enchant other things with it and try to whatever.
Yes. So 16 from Anna.
Seems to be
Natural
fun.
20.
Oh, baby.
Oh!
Is that a history check, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, Cole got a 7 with his
Okay.
+5 modifier.
Jeez.
He fell asleep during that class.
14 plus 3, 17.
Okay, everyone but
Not
Cole,
bad.
as he talks about their dig site is only partially above a lot. Now it's like taking place underwater in this drowned city, and you're looking at the color of the ruidium. You get a flashback to that very first vision of Elixion you had, and where he's asking for help. You remember you were underwater when you had the first vision. It was in that grotto, right? But you also felt like in the vision you were underwater. You had the sensation of being buoyed by water, like surrounded by water, and there was a red light being seen, almost like when you open your eyes underwater and the way light looks filtering through water. And the way the iridium appears on the sword also then matches your second vision. He had these red things like shackling his arms, things to the ground, to the wall, and they would bounce between fleshy, almost like fleshy tendrils and fleshy shackles to this more crystalline mineral shackle, but always that red color.
Upon realizing this, Fury was kind of like, we should go check it out. Make sure, we should go.
Well, we are very close to being able to grant you access, actually, because that was my thought, was maybe something down there, because this name you're looking for, we've been looking in the archives to see if when you have access we could give you any information, but it's not a name that has come up, and for us to have a hole in our records is very unnerving and very unsettling when this is literally what we do. But this dig site seems to be pre-calamity. It's one of the oldest things we've ever had the chance to explore. So we've been keeping it in the back of our brains, actually, some of us, as we've been working down there. And I think I was hoping if we could continue our relationship. We were very close to allowing those even further above me to give you access to the city and the dig site.
I think what we are looking for might be related to your problem with
Yes.
that stuff.
Well, when your friend gets back here, and this evening we'll hand over this evidence, and I think you have very much earned a meeting with our high curator, the head of our organization here, and we'll see what he can do. Put in a good
I have
word.
to put on like fancy clothes?
No, it's okay. He's not a guy who cares very much about physical appearances and what they mean. And he gets kind of like a smirk on his face when he says it. But yes, so I guess we'll wait for your friend here. But if you see any more of this substance out in the city, please keep an eye out. Do not touch it for prolonged periods of time if you can help it. As tempting as it may be, because you see they're enchanting these weapons for a reason. It does grant benefits.
Yeah, look at the sword on my back, right? I mean, I would love, but I'm not going to. But that sword, I mean, you know.
What should we do if we accidentally came in contact with it, though?
And he gets a bit of a, like, sheepish and concerned look on his face. That is the other big stumbling block. We have yet to find any treatment. No one seemingly has died from ruidium poisoning, as we know of. Like, the first thing that we've seen it progress, again, the blisters, the boils, the veins, the rash, and it's very uncomfortable, and their emotions are negatively enhanced, but we kind of just kept them, like, patients are kept in isolation for their own sake, until we can find a cure, but we've tried magical means, we've tried physical means, we haven't really got a fix yet, and we have a whole wing, us and the Allegiance have a whole wing dedicated to working on that right now, but it's a very new, this is like finding a new source of magic, or it's like finding records of a new deity or something. This is completely new, uncharted territory for everyone. But yes, I will, and he puts the sword back in the box, now deep trapped, closes the box. So I will keep this here in my quarters. When your friend gets back, this evening, if you can hand off the extra, then we can, I'll divvy out your, payment. Since if he has items that might increase the payment, I feel like we should wait.
Yeah, we should wait.
Okay, I will be around, so just, you know what to do. Come find me when he's back. Thank you very, very much. And I have not heard of any commotions yet, given you probably only just did this, but it seems like this has gone more successfully than your first effort, so well done. Well done.
She is a very good actor.
Well, I heard she won a talent competition as well, actually, so that tracks.
She is incredibly talented. It's just crazy. And they fell for it, and it was awesome.
So he's gonna actually well, so you see, my niece's birthday party is next week. Anyways, well, and as that conversation happens, we're gonna cut to
parties, 100 gold a night.
We're gonna cut back to Orrian. We also are gonna, before we do that, we're gonna take a break because we're only doing at max a 3-hour session. We can either do Orrian's part and then take a and then go on break, or we can go on break now and then pick up with Orrian when we get back. What would you guys prefer?
Go on break now.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go break now.
All right. Yep. Then we're gonna have a quick
a little
break.
bit longer.
Yeah. Just waiting. Those watching, thanks for hanging out. KMC, Nana Bruja in chat, lovely to see you. Moon's Halo, if you're still here, Retro. And yeah, we're gonna be on break for a little bit. We'll see you in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute myself. We should be able to come back from break soon. Just waiting on our players. But I'll just chat with y'all while they're waiting. Or I just surprise Undeafen and be like, oh, surprise. I'm doing it. I think they're all here, unless Briar's not here. Oh well. The surprise Undeafen nobody expects.
Oh no.
Penis!
That's the one time we weren't saying ridiculous shit.
I was literally mid-sneeze and I had muted, thank God.
Real quick, before we get going, what's Dagon's passive perception?
The fuck? Where is it? Oh, 14. Me and Dutch
Surprise,
multitasking.
Dagon shows up?
Yeah, surprise! She's in Exandria now. She's a ghost. I know. I should have made the ghost quest a throwback, like a Dagon. No, it should have been a Tabaxi ghost. Oh well. Too little, too late. Anyway. So, we just finished your chat with Iwo from the Cobalt Soul. We'll jump back over to Orrian, who is tailing Vezrin. You see, he followed him to the Suncut Bazaar, and you see him stop at a tavern with crimson painted brick walls and a black door and a sign over the door that says First Eclipse Tavern. He goes inside there, seemingly has a discussion with the Dragonborn bartender, and gets like an ale and sits there for a while, having a drink, seemingly by himself.
A lot of seemingly's, DM.
Yeah.
If you ever want to make your players anxious, just say seemingly before everything.
How much, like, is he still going to be there by the time that my invisibility runs out?
He is going to be there for about 25 minutes, so then you'd have about 20 more minutes left when he gets up to leave.
Because how long did it take us to get there? Because basically when we left the
true.
bakery,
Plus travel
I
time.
had 40 minutes.
So actually, you probably have then only about like 10 minutes left when he gets up to leave. So after talks to the bartender, make a perception check while you're in there watching him.
Oh, come on. What's up with all those threes today? 4 total.
Okay. You just like quickly skim over the other patrons, see if anything looks like sketchy or suspicious. Nothing really jumps out at you. It seems to be just like your average dive bar. Like it has a bit of a like wacky color scheme, like with the walls and the door suggested. But other than that, it just seems to be your average like dive bar. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. It's mid like afternoon. It's starting to empty out. So, like anyone who was here on like a lunch break kind of thing is leaving. So it's a bit quiet right now. And he seems to just be like enjoying an ale by himself. He looks over, he like pulls out a little notebook and like looks over some things in it, or like a small book, puts it back in his pocket, gets up to leave after about 30 minutes. You'll have about 10 minutes of invisibility left.
How accessible is that pocket?
Oh god.
I would say it looks pretty accessible, but you also know where you met this individual, and you know what shared traits you have. So do with that information what you will.
Mm-hmm. I will keep following him for now.
Okay. You follow him
until basically until I have like 30 seconds left of invisibility, if he's still going after that.
Okay. You follow him as he leaves, and he goes to, this time, that was just like it seemed like just like tavern / bar. It didn't seem like there was also like rooms to stay at. Like there wasn't an upper level or anything, or there didn't seem to be, it didn't give off that vibe. This time you follow him to another kind of seedier, this is an inn tavern combo. Still in the Suncut Bazaar, and it's called the Golden Chip. And he like seems to wave to the dwarf that is behind the front desk. The dwarf nods at him and he goes upstairs. So your guess is he has a room here, and he's at least staying here for now. If you follow him up to see which room, you'd be gambling on your invisibility wearing off.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna head back to the Cobalt Soul.
Okay. So it would take you. So it's like Orion's probably gone for like an hour and a half to 2 hours before he rendezvous with you
take
guys.
A cab.
Okay. So then an hour and a half for sure. Okay. Then mark down 2 silver, I think is what the cab rides cost. Silver. It's been a minute. Before rendezvousing with your group, who are like waiting for you. Are you guys waiting like front lobby of the Cobalt Soul, or are you just waiting at like a bar nearby, or like a restaurant or a cafe nearby, and just keeping an eye out for when he comes by? Like, where do you want to be waiting
what's
for
Question doing?
We have rooms, right?
Not yet. If you completing this mission would give you rooms.
I thought we already did.
No,
No,
not yet.
Given rooms.
Almost.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah, probably somewhere with food and Question.
We'll say Question has like
what?
finished her duties for the day, and you're at like a nearby. You're sitting on a patio at a nearby like coffee shop cafe that
Yeah,
has a view
yeah.
of the Cobalt Soul. Question's with you, hanging out. She's telling you about how Shira's first lessons are going, and how she thinks she's gonna be. She thinks she's gonna be pretty powerful, and it's a shame that she just wants to learn control and go back to a more rural lifestyle. It's a shame she doesn't want to be a more focused on the arcane arts. It is a bit concerning though that she has such a proficiency for necromancy. Like that's just a little bit nerve-wracking. I don't know where that comes from because she's really sweet and she's just kind of like going off and just like talking about it when Orrian shows up. Or Orion's heading into the Cobalt Soul. You can see him. You can see him from the patio.
How long does the telepathy thing last?
That's gone by now, right?
It's gone.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, it lasts 3 hours, but we left range.
But you left range, so it would have dropped.
So it drops when we
Pretty
leave
sure.
range. Okay.
I think so. Let me double check.
Even when you re-enter the range, it's still.
Yeah,
gone.
let me just see. Where is it? Sound whispers.
I'm sorry, have you been casting dissonant whispers on your friends this whole time?
Ionic whispers.
Like, I know dissonant whispers doesn't work like that.
Yeah, hold on.
And it's not actually casting, it's just an ability I have from Rogue. For a number with hours equals to number rolled, those chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them to send or receive a message. No action required. You and the other creature must be within 1 mile of each other. Creature can't use its telepathy if it can't speak. Any creature can end the telepathic connection at any time. No action required. No, it doesn't say anything about if it completely drops or if you re-enter the 1 mile radius, if you can still talk. So I'm not sure. DM, up to you, I guess.
I'm gonna say this connection's severed when you leave the radius.
Okay.
Because it's already a real generous radius and generous time frame.
It's massive. Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah,
it's up to how much I roll. So if I roll 1 on a d6, then it's just
sure.
1 hour.
So you guys see Orion
Sorry.
rocking up to the Cobalt Soul.
I do that loud whistle thing that I can't do in real life.
The like, yeah.
They put
Alright.
their fingers in and it's just like ear-piercingly loud.
Yep. Probably best for the microphones. You don't do it anyway.
I can't.
Yeah.
I wish I could. I can't do it.
Right.
Probably best for our ears.
So
too.
Orion, you hear that, and you know, like Cole's probably done that before, and traveling together to get group attention, especially the 2-week travel period across that first bit in Jorha, near like around the Jorhasian area. So you see them, you see your friends. Walk over.
Hi guys.
Hey, where you been, bud?
Slap him.
What was that, huh? You fucking.
Do you hear what Edda did?
Yes. Fair. Yeah.
And roll a d4 for me.
Thank
Oh
you.
no.
Hey, that's a big. That's a big lady
It's
slapping.
a big lady slapping a little guy. How much?
Got it.
2.
Yeah, you get 2. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
There.
Where the hell have you been? And how come you didn't include me on the conversation?
I mean, that was a tactical decision. I wasn't expecting what was gonna happen.
And then you just go AWOL? And you didn't tell anybody?
Yeah, it kind of happened all quite fast.
Hmm.
And I kind of hyper-focused. I'm sorry. I think we
I
need
pick
I
him
need to
up.
share some things.
I'm gonna pick up Orion and just shake him.
Shake him.
Shaking
Okay,
Orion.
I get it. I'm sorry.
Huh.
Well, you can apologize after you explain to us what the fuck was going on. Because we
Quite-
were on a pretty important gig, and you just go.
No.
Question's gonna be
What
like,
the
I
fuck
feel
was the
like
thing?"
this is a conversation for you guys. I don't feel like I should be here. I'm gonna go back to work. My lunch break's over
That might
anyway.
be a good idea.
Bye. She's gonna leave.
That's.
I wink at her as she leaves. That's all.
She'll give you a kiss. She'll give you a kiss on the cheek.
Oh hell yeah! Let's go.
Oh.
He's
We're progressing.
We're gonna talk about that later. Cole.
Neri just raises an eyebrow.
I'm guessing we're like outside right now, right?
Yeah, you're on a
Yeah.
a patio of a cafe.
Yeah.
At the
Okay.
table.
Can we go somewhere more private? I would prefer that.
Sure.
Hilarious.
Do we, since we're here now already, do we want to handle that stuff first and then go to like our inn or whatever?
Yeah, and I'm
or
sure
do-
there's a nice private room within the Cobalt Soul's place, so we can.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah,
it
we'll all
works.
have private
Yeah.
rooms once we finish this job.
Yeah, that we were
Fair.
Sure.
hired to take. Orion.
You know, before one of us went on a fucking
Joyride.
right.
Before we
I'm
like
supposed to be
fully
the
leave
irresponsible one.
the balcony, if Orion lets me, Neri's gonna just hug him and just whisper, "We were just really worried about you. Don't mind them."
Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I didn't want to worry you guys. It's just, I'll talk about it in a second. Let's handle this stuff first.
Alrighty. So you will head back, let Iwo know that you have returned. Go wait in his quarters for him to return. It's like, yes, perfect. I'm glad that didn't take as long as I was hoping. Our High Curator is eager to see this item into the hands of Ord. It makes us rather uncomfortable. Some of us really enjoy this new study, because of course, how often do whole new fields of study come around, but I am not one of those people. So, what else do you have to add? Your friends gave me a bit of a rundown earlier. We've looked at the contents of the box, but they said you had some other items.
What was in the box?
Oh, he'll go ahead and open the box. He won't pick up the item, but he'll just like open it and show you the ruidium short sword.
Yeah,
That
don't
is in
touch
there.
it.
Don't touch it.
I-
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. You get like mad diseases from it.
Okay, yeah, no, thanks.
Mad.
Right. No, I figured it was a sword. I kind of overheard a conversation there and they were talking about this. Not specifics, but a sword, so I guess that works. Yeah, I'll just basically throw everything that I picked up, so including the gems, including the potions, everything on the table, and I will add one of my own potions of healing.
Yo, you're gonna fucking hustle it, bro. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I was looking for one in my own inventory earlier. It was like, we got this and this.
Roll a deception check for me.
I mean, he doesn't know
With advantage?
how many potions, right?
Roll a deception check with advantage.
You got it, bro. Hey, you got it, bro.
And if not, be like, I don't know how that got in there. That's fine. Sorry.
That's fine, sorry.
That's easy to
Oh, my bad.
come back from.
Exactly.
You did unceremoniously dump everything, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 19.
19? Okay.
I rolled an
oh,
18.
I
Let's
hit my
go.
microphone.
Just
I'm
made us an
sorry.
extra 250, boys.
Yep. So you're giving him how many items? The 3 potions you found
I didn't
and one
write
of
down
yours?
the whole list since I
Okay,
didn't
but
write
you're
the whole
giving him
list,
all
so
the magical items you
So we-
found.
everything.
Okay,
Gems,
so you're
everything. I just dropped everything.
So
and
you're giving
included
him
another potion.
3 of the potions you found, the ruidium dust, the gem. He's like, oh, you can keep these, the gems. Like, these are not magical. These are just gems. You can keep
Cool.
those.
Thanks.
So you get to keep all those. I'll send you that list. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So you give him 3 potions of healing, 2 of which you found in there, the potion of water breathing, and
Yeah.
the pouch of residuum.
Dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He'll go through. He's like, oh, this is so funny. We were just talking about this. This is that residuum. So this is what I was telling you about to you guys, because he was
That's
comparing
really
it to
funny, right?
ruidium.
That's so funny.
He's like, all right, so that's 1, 2, 3,
Be nice to the nerd.
4, 5.
Nice and the nerd.
So that is total. Basically, it's 250 gold for each of you because you gave him 5 items
Hell
for
yeah.
250,
Nice.
plus 250 for finding proof and the sword. So 250 times
300
6.
each.
Hold
Argue
on.
it, the-
Yeah,
300
300 each.
The
Nice.
sword is still a magic item. So it's still separate, surely. Technically.
I mean, we're already giving you 1,500. He's like, there's only so much gold I have on hand, honestly.
Oh,
And don't forget, you're also getting some other benefits with this,
Yes,
like
exactly.
rooms to stay in perpetuity. You know, think of what you'd spend.
Okay, I'll
Bingo.
push my luck.
So you all get 300 gold. Like each of you gets 300 gold. That's a lot.
Nice.
That's
so much.
Plus, Orion has some gems you can pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still have
boy.
like random like gemstone rings that I need to fucking sell
Yeah.
at some point.
You do.
Like I just have those.
Yeah.
They're just there.
So on top of that, he gives you all a key on like on a ring. You can either like keep in a pocket, you could put it on a keychain, you could put it on something, but he gives you a key, so you all have rooms in the temple of the Cobalt Soul now. They are just, he's like, they are just going to be, you know, similar standard fare to our new initiates and our acolytes. They'll have like a bed, a storage chest, wash basin. They're nothing, you know, exquisite. They're not elaborate, but they'll do the job and they're free. They're yours.
You give him
and then
the note too.
oh yeah, do you also give him the note that he gave you that like had
Which
the
is like
coded?
or come here to do
yeah.
this illegal thing.
Yeah, I will.
He'll
I
throw
will
you
also-
each.
'cause
He'll throw you each another 50 for that. There's evidence.
Yeah,
some
let's
more evidence.
go.
So we all get 300?
You all get
350.
350.
350, excuse me.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I would include the note as well, since I have that anyway, and
Yeah.
like there's no point in me holding on to it.
Yeah.
No,
And
it
he's
still
like,
makes
in your
sense.
rooms will also be your new robes, because you now have a Cobalt Soul uniform each. That is yours. Because you are now officially acolytes. You're basically like, you're members. You're like the entry level, but you're all now official members of the Cobalt Soul. Well, he's like, I should say, should you choose to accept that part, you could just take the cash. But especially if you want access to the dig site, I highly recommend taking the membership.
Yeah.
Does it
Totally
come
smart.
with these? Like, does it come with mandatory things that we suddenly now have to do, or yeah?
Membership dues,
No, because you
monthly
are not
meetings.
students and you are not looking to work your way. Like, should you choose to maybe if you ever wanted to retire from adventuring and come back, then there's
You're a funny guy.
there's an option for you. But it's more so this just gives you access, and shows you're trusted. I will say, it just
like a
there's
VIP
nothing you have to
card.
do. There's nothing you have to do to maintain your membership. Just don't do anything, you know, super obviously, horrendously that would look bad, particularly while wearing your robes, you know? Like, don't go and very publicly rob the giant casino in town or something, because we'd have to revoke your membership, but...
What if I do it while not wearing the Cobalt Soul uniform?
Oh my god.
Fury!
we
don't
cannot
get-
punish
I don't
you.
get-
I mean, we
Hypothetical question?
cannot offer consequences for anything that cannot be proven, or we know it was you.
That's see. Okay, see now, I get it.
I'm just sitting off to the side, like comparing
Boy.
how perfectly the color of the robes match my new lightning tattoo that's on my arm.
They do.
Like, oh
They
my
do.
god. This is
I mean, we don't have the ropes yet. They're in our room.
They're in your rooms, actually. Yeah, he's
Oh,
like, they're like
okay, never mind.
folded up on your bed waiting for you.
okay.
Should you
do
choose
that later
to
then.
take your membership. It's
Collect
like,
the robes.
now that you have accepted membership, I will speak to our high curator tonight. I will get an audience with you as soon as possible. Because I do think what you are looking for is down in that city beneath us.
Right.
You'll have to fill your friend in on that.
Yeah,
You
we
weren't
will.
here.
You have to talk to him about some stuff anyway.
But yes, I'll show you to your rooms. They're all in the same wing. You're all close to each other.
Hell yeah.
And he'll show you to basically imagine it's like, you know, it's like a hotel and there's rooms that are numbered and you each have your own, like, but it's like a nicer, somewhere between like a student dorm room and a mid-scale hotel room, like a middle ground between those. Every room has like a bed, a desk, a storage chest, and like a wash basin kind of thing.
La Quinta Inn.
Yeah.
Look, it's in. The hotel chain.
Like, yes, well, welcome to your new lodging. And also, you don't have to use them. You can use them some of the time. You can come and go. It's all totally fine. If you ever did want to, like, give them up, like if you knew you were leaving for good, please do let us know, because we have new students coming in all the time. But no pressure. They are yours as long as you need them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna go see if I can set up that meeting now. Have a good rest of your evening. Great work. Very, very excited to really crack down on this weapons ring. We've been trying to get a handle on this. And yes, good night, good night. And he leaves. And you're in one of your rooms. They're all identical, so it doesn't really matter unless you do stuff to them. Like, you're allowed to, you know, put up, like, display whatever you want. Put up artwork, do whatever. But, like, right now, they're all identical. And everything has a blue, white, silver color scheme.
Yeah, it does. What a great color combo, I'm just gonna say.
So
That's
as he
it.
leaves, shut door, and we all just kind of, I guess we all just kind of like turn our gaze to Orion,
Oh.
like.
I think
Quick-
we forgot about you, bud.
quick retcon / footnote. He does also let you know if your robe is lost or damaged, you can get a replacement for 1 gold.
Nice.
And there's also there is a small shop, like student canteen almost, but it does have some magical items that you can purchase as members. Like there's a few spell scrolls, and like there's some limited spell scrolls and sending stones that you can purchase should you require from their like members only shop.
How much?
Members.
Yeah, how much is a sending stone?
250 gold pieces.
Neri is gonna buy a set to give one to Nessa.
250
We
per
can do that
set,
later.
you'd say?
250 per set.
Yeah, just
Alright.
making a note.
Make sure.
Yeah.
I
All right, so now you can go back to shut the door.
Yeah, we shut the door. I've got my. I went and grabbed my robe because it's important to me, and I start like cutting up the sides of it and turning it into a tabard. that
So you
goes
can put it
around.
over your armor?
Yeah. So
Nice.
it turns into like a tabard. and-
Yeah, you're welcome to modify the robes as needed so that they can be worn with whatever.
And you'll notice Cole is shockingly really good at altering garments for no reason.
Ooh, fun. Lord.
So spill it, bud.
So, Ryan, what happened back there?
Right.
Fuck, what are you thinking, huh?
Well, I guess I never really talked about my past with you guys, have I?
No.
Any of us? But yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, Anna knows a few tiny bits, I guess, but I've never really gone into detail.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys know that I have a like pretty particular set of skills, I guess you could say. Like I've learned my thing somewhere, and that man or elf was my mentor while I was in the Virtue, which is basically a thieves guild.
You mean the guy that was at the bakery?
Yes, that was Festerin.
Makes sense why he
And-
was there then.
Well, I mean, I didn't really back when okay. My parents actually got me to go adventuring, and Festerin was one of the contacts for them that they still knew from their adventuring time, since they retired quite a while ago, I guess, before I was born. And they basically sent me to Asarius to basically grow up, I guess, something like that. I don't know. And Festerin helped me get in touch with the Virtue. So my parents were part of the Virtue, and Festerin helped me get in as well. He found me while I was trying to. Well, I guess technically in hindsight it was stealing, but I didn't know because I was used to sharing in my village, so I didn't really grasp the concept of gold per se and like paying for things. So he kind of basically found me and like recognized me from my cloak, who I got from my dad. So yeah, he basically got me into the Virtue. And taught me magic. He taught me how to be stealthy. He basically taught me most of the things I know these days. I mean, I experimented since then and taught myself a thing or two. But he basically put down the groundworks for me. But then I found out that at least he and some of the other members of the Virtue are not very nice, to say the least. Apparently, they worshipped a deity called Tharisdune.
Do I know anything about that with my religion knowledge?
Cole and Fury being in Vasselheim, like, at least
Yeah.
for a good chunk of your life, religious, like, even if you don't know all, like, super details, you know, it's kind of like, you know the name of every major deity, both betrayer god and, like, good god in Exandria. You might not know, like, their whole history, but you know, like, the name and, like, a tagline for every deity, like, what they're about, what they do. So, you know, Thera's Doom, aka Chained Oblivion, bad. Bad betrayer god. Even other betrayer gods are like, now we kind of don't like that guy. We don't fuck with him. Like,
When we were in the fuck you fortress, there also was something. I can't remember exactly. I think it was with the invisible, like the wall that we went through. I think there was like a depiction of Tharizdun on it as well.
There
and I
were a
hesitated
few references
it.
to him in the fuck you fort.
Yeah.
Basically, almost every betrayer god had a presence in the fuck you fort of some kind, but he had a few. Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember that. So yeah, at some point I overheard them talking, and I was caught. They dragged me to this room and basically tied me down to a table, and I started hearing voices, and it was the scariest shit. But I managed to escape with the help of Fred and managed to take down one of them, I think. Pretty sure. But I wasn't able to do anything about Fesrin. And now he's apparently here, and I did not expect that.
Okay. Do you know where he is now?
Yes, I think I know where he's staying. I followed
let's
him
go get
to...
This guy, listen, we're all pissed that you did this without us, because especially now knowing how bad of a guy this is, something would have happened to you. None of us would have known, and we fucking care about you, dipshit. But I can also see that this is important to you, and he is a very bad person. So,
is he publicly
us
known
help.
as a bad person, or?
I don't think so. I mean, the virtue is not
like
very...
or anything.
The virtue is not very well known. It's a thieves guild basically, so they work in the shadows. Yeah,
Maybe
I
he'll be there
don't
at the
think he's
thing
very.
tonight when they go.
Come again?
Are they? No, we didn't talk about it. If they were gonna go do anything about this auction tonight.
Well, while I was there, I overheard Fesrin talk to the owner of the bakery. He was very, very interested in the weapon that was in the lockbox. They actually came into the room and they saw the box that it was under. And the baker managed to talk it off and basically convince him that it was okay, there was nothing wrong with it, but he is in trouble. Vesrin did mention something about paying a price and stuff.
So Vesrin, guy who... fucked up guy, reversed one of the worst gods, if not the worst god out there, wants a sword that is able to make him very strong, but also inflicts this weird disease, condition, illness on people.
What does it do?
Cannot be good. Well, basically, there's this sickness going around, and it's based off of this material that this thing is made of, infused or enchanted with. I don't know. A lot of talking.
I cast exposition on explaining exactly everything about what they told us about the mine, and we're gonna go in there to look for that stuff and
basically,
our own stuff.
to the best of their knowledge right now, prolonged contact, physical contact, starts with a rash, leads to then your crimson veins extend from the rash, eventually blisters and boils, and it enhances negative emotions.
Gotcha.
So, what do you want when it comes to him?
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of freaking me out because that all happened in Sarius, and now we're here. I don't know.
Do you want to just go about your day knowing he is here and going out about our business, what we're doing, or would you feel better if this was taken care of?
What do you mean by taking care of, Fury?
Well, that fully depends on what Orion wants.
I mean,
From what I can tell, this guy is a fucking
know.
dickhead that did fucked up shit to him. So if he wants him dead, I would not mind helping him with it. I'll be honest.
The thing is, I don't know how deep this goes. I have no idea. Since I left my hometown, I've not even spoken to my parents, who apparently, well, they knew Vesrin and they knew the Virtue.
So you don't know if they were also on
Do you
team.
think your parents were in on it?
I have no idea. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they tried to send me there to also be like included in this cult stuff. I don't know if the entire Virtue is worshipping Tharizdun, or if it's just a few rotten apples in there, or...
Well, basically, my question for you is, if there's anything you want to do, anything to help you get answers or some closure or whatever it may be, I'm willing to help. But if you dare sneak off again on your own, pursuing this person who clearly is very dangerous and very bad, if he doesn't get to you, I fucking will.
Got it. I'm sorry I did that. I shouldn't have done that. It was a spur of the moment thing, and I guess I just wanted to at least know where he went, so that if we wanted to pursue him somehow we could, or not. I don't know. I guess
I don't think
curiosity...
any of us doesn't understand why you did it.
No, we get
it.
It's stupid.
But
I guess
we want to help you.
Every now and then.
Yeah. We care about you, all right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not the best at showing it, but like, you guys are like my family at this point. So if something's important to you, it's important to me, and it goes for all of these people. So instead of going off on your own, getting yourself in dangerous situations, I am Mr. Dangerous Situation. Clue me in.
Okay, I will. Thanks. Well, the thing is, since I wasn't expecting to see him at all, or anyone from the Virtue, I figured it was safe to still wear my cloak. But I guess since he's around, maybe I should not wear it.
Well, now you have something new to wear.
Yeah, you have your Cobalt Soul.
Yeah.
Or we have a whole bunch of money that we could get you something that you want.
Yeah, I don't know. What colors are like? Is there even a cloak with the Cobalt Soul stuff?
Yeah, you basically have a basic. So the clothes are a basic set of robes. So if like the robes like almost like you fasten, like there's buttons, and then it has a hood and the kind of like billowy sleeves, like think more castery. There is also for more physical, there's like a tighter, loose enough to move, but more fitted shirt and like pants that are kind of like almost like harem pants, like they're flowier at the top, but they gather at the ankle and like they're tight at the bottom. And then there's also just a basic blue hooded cloak with Cobalt Soul logo. So there's kind of like a more basic like outfit for melee fighters. There's a robe that can be cut up, or there's just a cloak.
Yeah, I'll take off my father's cloak, and
there are storage chests in your room, so you can keep your father's cloak in the storage chest in your new room.
Yeah, I'll put it away in my chest whenever I get to my room. And I'll use the Cobalt Soul cloak.
Cool.
Instead.
Whenever Neri gets to like change, she's gonna replace the blue like shirt dress thing that she usually wears with the Cobalt Soul robe.
Cool.
Updated character art.
I'm gonna go up to Orion. I'm gonna pick him up. I'm not gonna shake him, but I'm gonna hug him, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds to undo the damage that I did to him earlier.
So your face was still stinging a bit from her slap, and as the Cure Wounds, the sting is gone.
Thanks.
And you get your 2 hit
I
points back.
appreciate it. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have told you a bit more as well before.
It's in the past.
Do you think, since he's clearly interested in that weapon and stuff, do you think we should inform the Cobalt Soul as well?
I think that might be a good idea, especially if they plan on doing something about it tonight. Because it sounds to me like what you said is he's planning on being there tonight, maybe?
Well,
Yeah,
it sounds to me is
very
that
much
he
seemed like that.
wanted to buy it before the auction happened, right? So I don't think.
Yeah, he was planning on
on
going back in a few
Yeah.
hours, what you heard. It's now been like 2. So he's probably heading back there soon. Assuming the guy's gonna have found the sword and sell it to him.
Yeah, and I feel like if the guy doesn't have his sword for him,
Oh, yeah,
there
they're gonna
might
find
not
a
be
dead
an auction
body.
at all tonight.
Exactly.
People are gonna show up to the auction and he's gonna be dead.
Alright, so
Yep.
then we probably should go talk to the Cobalt Soul real quick
Yeah, I agree.
and update them.
Before we do that, I just want to know, what do you... No wrong answers and no judgment here. You can say whatever it is. What do you want in regards to this veteran person?
I don't know. I guess figure out how deep this goes, who he's working for at this point, if it's still the Virtue, or if if he's just a worshipper of Thursdoom, or I guess
You know
just
what
gather more
his-
information if we can.
You
And
know
it
where
seems like if
spending his
he's,
nights, you said?
yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure I followed him to the inn where he's staying, where he has a room. He went upstairs to in an inn somewhere, so I'm pretty sure I know where he's staying.
We're not assassinating the guy.
No, but we could definitely investigate, see if we can
Yes.
learn something.
He is also a late singer like myself. He taught me this skill as
So
well,
I know
so
exactly
I know.
what he does.
Well, to an extent, yes.
Yes, of course, but okay. Then let's find out the information. Let's see if we can scope it out.
Let's
I mean, I feel like
talk to the Cobalt
since
Soul.
since he's interested in that weapon and this ruidium or whatever it's called,
Something like
seems
that.
like
Yes.
yeah, whatever moon stuff. I guess since I we'll run into him or
That's
his associates
yeah,
or whatever at
we're
some
going
point
to
when
this
we
forest.
go into the mine.
Yeah,
It might be.
Or dig.
That's the only place where they can find it. So.
yeah, we're going to the source, and if he's interested in the sword, then he's interested in what powers it,
Hmm.
and it's very likely that it's not last time we'll run into him.
But
Yeah,
it might
I'm
be
afraid
good
of that too.
to find out some more information about this guy before we have another encounter with him. See if we
I
can
guess
learn
so, yeah.
information that we could use in our encounter.
And I guess, like, as an extension of all that, I guess I also just want answers about my parents. Like, how are they involved, if they are even involved in this whole thing or not? Because right now, I just don't know anything. It's
When was the last time you even spoke to your parents?
when I left home,
So
which is...
not a single letter, anything since.
Well, no, because I was just doing my thing at the Virtue, and after that, I just didn't know what was going on anymore. I kind of, I guess, avoided contact in that sense. But they haven't really tried to contact me either, as far as I know. So
That's not a good sign.
Or they
maybe they
and
think
it
I'm
was
still
kept
there.
from you.
Or maybe
Maybe.
I mean, the thing is that could mean either Vezran told them, and they're like, "Oh, this fucking son of ours," or Vezran made up some bullshit lie and told them you died or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe
Yeah.
they were trying to
would have had
contact
tell
you,
their
and
parents
they hid the
something
letters
to
and
avoid.
I
to
guess
Right?
so, yeah.
try to
I don't know.
indoctrinate you or something.
I've been, I guess, too scared to go back as well to find out how they are involved. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I would like answers though.
Okay, then we'll get
Maybe we
answers.
Yeah.
Well, I'm speaking for. I guess it's been mainly the Storm Brethren talking here, but I'm sure these guys are on board as well, right? Or you have different opinions.
Yeah.
Neri's kind of fiddling with the dagger that she keeps by her hip, and she just nods quietly.
You okay?
Yeah, just a familiar situation, in a way.
How so?
Just people in my past getting into things that they shouldn't get into and ending up paying for it.
Yeah, that I guess sounds similar.
We'll figure this out. We got you.
Yup.
Thanks, appreciate it. So shall we head to what's his face then?
Yeah, let's go let him know about this guy. And,
No more secrets.
I mean, technically it wasn't really a secret, it just never really came up.
I mean, everything's a secret until you learn about it.
Technically, he's not wrong, right? Technically, that's not lying or secrets. It's just, but regardless,
Maybe I
anything
should have told you
happens.
guys, I guess. It's just not something I like to talk about, I
Yeah,
guess.
for a guy that talks a lot, there's a lot of people also haven't said. Huh? That's crazy.
I guess.
Figured at this point we knew everything about you, but clearly not.
Clearly not.
Okay. As you leave your rooms to go find Iwo and report this individual, you see he is in the front foyer talking with some of the Hands of Ord, which are like the law enforcement of the city, basically. He seems to be giving them the details. The metal box is nearby, so you assume he showed them the sword. You see him handing over the letter, so it looks like they're preparing to send him to go arrest the baker, because they now have evidence that the Hands of Ord can act on. You can either interrupt them or you can wait till he's finished the conversation.
We should.
Probably speak up.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
It's like, oh,
Since we have additional information about the sword and interested parties.
it's like, oh, yes, hello, to the Hands of Ordos. These are actually the, our newest members who helped us find this information. Do you have any eyewitness accounts you wanted to add? Actually, good timing. This is great. Perfect. Yes. Gestures you over.
Yes, I have a bunch of more information, sort of, I guess. Probably. Sorry, was this like just an open area, or
This is
like
just in
more
the front
private?
foyer of the Cobalt Soul. It's not crowded, but
No,
yeah,
okay.
but it is in an open area.
It's probably smart and safer, I guess, to go to like a private area if that's possible, real quick.
Sure, of course. Yeah, and he pulls you into an empty lecture hall that is not being used right now. Like you go back behind, like out of the public area, and goes into a classroom, and he shuts the door. And one of the Hands of Ord will stand with his back at the door, very bodyguard style, so no one's gonna come in. And the other one gets out like a notepad and a quill, and is like, all right, you have more to add.
Yes. So after we took the evidence from this place, I stayed behind because I heard a familiar voice from I guess my past. There's someone I know that is very interested in the sword. An elf by the name of Vesrin. He, at least back in the day, was part of a thieves guild in Asarius called the Virtue. And he seemed very interested in the sword and seemed like he was not going to be happy if that sword was not going to be there anymore by the time that he got back in a few hours, which was a few hours ago, so that's probably fairly soon.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Can you describe this individual, this Vezrin, so we know we're getting...
Yeah, he's, I give him a description, tall, blonde, has a scar on his face. Should not be too hard to figure out who it is.
Okay, well, if he's there, I mean, we're preparing to go do the raid and the arrest right now. If he's there, absolutely, take him into custody. If he's not there... Yes?
I'm sorry, can any of us scry? Do any of us have that ability? We have his scarf.
You do have a scarf.
Oh yeah, I'll hand it to the.
Like, if there was anybody around that could scry, we could see exactly where he's at.
Ability.
Damn.
Maybe someone
here does. I'm sure.
Hold on, let me look.
It just popped into my head. I remembered we had the scarf.
Who can scry?
Yeah,
No,
it's a 5th level spell. I know that.
Yeah, it's a big spell. Like, it's not something.
I don't have that.
If I had leveled all the way in Wizard, I probably would have been able to, but nope.
Iwo will say,
in
that shop we mentioned, we do have some spell scrolls of divination. It's not quite as good as scry, but it could get you more information if you needed. divination as a spell is you can like ask a question and basically get a free answer out of the GM, but with magical flavorings. So we're arresting this individual because he was part of underground weapon ring, so admitted thief, criminal ties, wanted to purchase the sword.
He's a worshipper of Tharizdun.
Oh, you see them, they seem much more interested now. And write that down. But okay, great.
We worry that he's going to go back to get that sword. It's still not going to be there, and you're going to go arrest a corpse.
Basically,
we will do our best. Can I get your name, sir? Points to Orion, because we need to
I'm
write down
Orion.
who's charging. Okay.
I'd appreciate it if he doesn't hear this name, though, but I'm sure that's no problem.
Oh, of course. We won't need to tell the people, the criminals, who turned them in. That's not part of our practice. It's fine. More just if we need to find you again, or if your name comes up, like maybe when we're interrogating him and adds weight to your accusations, if he knows you, etc.
I mean, I'm associated with the Cobalt Soul now, so I guess that's,
of course,
easy to find, I guess.
Okay, well, we'll be on our way. Thank you for the information. Thank you for your work.
Could you also let me know if, you do manage to catch him and hold him?
We can do that. We'll leave word with the Cobalt Soul. It'll get back to you one way or another.
Thank you.
Are we sure? Okay. Are we sure these people will be fine?
How
the
many
hands of
people are
Ord?
gonna...
Oh, we're sending like a whole squad. It's gonna be about like five to 10 of us, depending on how much we can spare going in time of day. I think we can get a full 10. It's been a quiet day.
You probably should also know that he is a magic user.
That is good
Probably
to know.
has ways to turn invisible, teleport, things like that. He's quite well practiced. He knows what he's doing.
Good to know. Okay. Well, sounds like we better get going. Sounds like time is of the essence. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. And they're gonna leave. Go head out. Are you content to leave it in the hands of Ord? No pun intended.
I mean, we were not invited to tag along.
We didn't get it.
We didn't get a nod or a request or anything.
We could go investigate this guy's room at the tavern these days.
Could absolutely do that.
We have some downtime until we get invited to that meeting with whoever the fuck leads this place anyway, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Sounds like a good time.
So you're gonna head to where he was staying?
If everyone's happy,
Yeah.
Yes? Question mark?
Full time somehow.
Right? We're gonna find out where he is. Okay. So in that case, you have to head back to the Suncut Bazaar, to the Golden Chip, is where he was staying. I'm gonna say, and so are you gonna go in and go right to his room? You're gonna wait in the common area till he comes out? Are you waiting outside?
Well, we don't know which is his room, right? Because I didn't figure that out.
Yeah.
You didn't see which room it was.
Okay.
I would probably cast invisibility on myself again.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So are you waiting outside or inside for him to show himself?
Well, the thing is, he did see Neri and Fury.
Yeah.
Neri can disguise herself.
Yeah.
I can
Nice.
turn
Okay.
myself invisible.
And
You
you have
won't
you have new clothes. You'll at least be wearing different clothing than what he saw you in earlier.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
True.
I'm not wearing my Cobalt Soul gun.
This guy over here is too cool for us.
Too cool for school, bruh.
Cool for school.
I have a question. Would we have taken a short rest at all between?
I imagine all of that.
Everyone
sitting
but
talking.
Orion can, because while you were at the cafe waiting for him, yeah, that was a short
Yeah,
rest.
fair.
I don't think that does
Ooh.
anything for me.
I don't think it does anything for me either, but I'm gonna take it anyway.
I mean,
No!
it's good to have a rest, right?
Keep yawning, bro.
Don't do it.
I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Stop yawning, for the love of God.
Stop it.
I can't help it.
Alright.
Have you guys seen this thing with Ashley and
It's
Scanlan every
it's funny.
time?
I've been doing that to my sister-in-law for years.
It's so funny.
Like it's just one person I do it to. She sneezes. I'm like, everyone hates when you do that. Been doing that shit for. I love it.
So, Orion's gonna be invisible. Neri, what are you disguising yourself as?
She's not gonna go full like noble disguise because that's just a lot, and would probably attract too much attention. So she's probably just gonna like change her hair color. She's gonna drape the Cobalt Soul cloak so it covers her wings, like, and I'm not sure what else. She'll probably like.
Because is this a magical spell or like a disguise kit, like physical disguise?
She only has a disguise kit.
Okay. So dyeing your hair, hiding the wings.
Yeah, and what else can she?
You could style the hair
like,
to hide the horns.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, she's probably gonna do that.
Give yourself some sort of like super voluminous like beehive updo to hide the horns.
Well, that's part of I mean, yeah, it probably won't be quite beehive, but
I know.
yeah, something bigger.
Yeah.
Well, because beehive is pretty close to her noble disguise, but but yeah, so she'll hide her horns, hide her wings, and
Okay.
change her hair color. So her hair's gonna be like, I don't know, bright
Okay.
red.
And Fury, are you going as you
turn
are?
myself invisible.
Okay, so we have 2 invisible and the 3 of you.
A necklace.
So are you gonna go in and you're inside, just like sitting at a table, just see
Yeah,
if
Cole. There's food here.
Sure.
There is food here.
I'll eat with Cole.
Oh yeah,
God, I want food.
I want food too.
so we'll just have dinner.
I
So
will.
hungry.
I will also again use my telepathic bond thing.
Yeah. Oh, pop it again.
Yeah, but I believe because I have. So I have psionic energy dice, and the first time it's free. The second time I actually have to use one of those.
Okay.
So I can do it 5 more times after this one. And this time it is 4 hours long, because I'm guessing, the other one was gone. And this time I will go for Fury, since he's invisible, Anna, and... I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll go for Cole. So you guys can talk to me, I can talk back to you.
So do
But you
we
can also-
want to try to disguise ourselves? Just a side question.
They were just disguising themselves because Vezran had seen them, because he was in the bakery,
Yeah,
and they
he's
were...
never seen me.
That's right.
so-
Okay. I was a mouse. Whatever.
He didn't see
Yeah.
them.
Exactly.
And in the other room.
And in the other room, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Okay. So you go, find a table. You'll order... so who's ordering what? Because you need to order something to hang
Whatever
out
they
there.
have. Like, I'm not.
Meat and
It's
potatoes
like-
dinner.
Yeah.
Basically,
meat
yeah.
potatoes.
It's like some really bland, like, it's cooked well, it's not dry, but it's not seasoned that great, but there's like some bland, like, chicken and fries, basically, like, or roasted potatoes.
Chicken tendies, chicken tendies.
So if you're eating, it's 2 silver for the food, 1 silver for a drink. So
3
mark that
silver.
down.
3 silver? Okay.
If you're eating and drinking. If you're
mean-
just drinking, you can just mark down 1 silver. Obviously, Fury and Orion, you're invisible, so you don't need to
I
mark
was gonna
down
say we're
shit.
invisible, so we can't really order anything.
No
Yeah.
food for you.
So you'll find a
Um,
table that has emptied chairs that they can actually use, but you're just looking like empty chairs. There's only 2 other tables of patrons in there right now. It's not super crowded. And I will say you literally barely start your food. Like, your food and drinks get to the table. You've had, like, a bite before you see him walk down the stairs and
Oh, shit.
go to leave, because it is about time he was going to go check back in and see if he could bypass the auction and just buy the sword.
And now you know he's not in his room.
Neri's gonna put the rest of her chicken tendies in her pocket.
So you see him
Fred.
leaving. What do you
Let me
do?
see. So I'm guessing
You know-
like he comes off the stairs, but like is there like above the stairs is like a left and a right? kind of thing?
There's just
Or,
one
like-
hallway with rooms. It's not a
Yeah,
big
okay, but like,
place.
okay, so it's just stairs and it just goes straight, and then left and right there's rooms.
Yeah, there's one hallway with rooms on either side of the hallway.
Yeah, okay, but it's not like you go like it's not like a T-shaped where you
There's
go
no
up the stairs
fork in
and
the
you have
road.
left.
No.
Yeah, like left and right. Okay, gotcha.
You have one option. Yeah.
One
Right, okay.
hallway. There's maybe about 10 rooms, 5 rooms on either side. It's not a big place.
Okay. I will.
Would Orion know which room he would pick?
No, I don't know
Like,
because
based
I
on training.
Ooh, I'm gonna cast that spell, that thing, the detect magic, and see if maybe because it's what it's 100 feet.
I think.
I could read my fucking spell. 30 feet. Okay, so that's not as good as I'd hoped. I was hoping maybe I could detect which room up there. But I'm not going to go up there, so never mind. That's not a good idea.
Since everyone was like, let us know what you're doing.
Yeah, and you're invisible, so we can't watch you leave.
Exactly. I'm just gonna tell everyone like, is it okay if I start knocking on some doors
Aw.
upstairs and like
Oh,
it's,
No, you don't have to ask permission, bud.
You don't have to
It's
ask for
fine.
permission.
Okay.
My
All right.
gosh.
I'll
Okay,
be
alright.
upstairs with you. Like, even though we can't see each other, I'll be up there with you in case something
Cool.
happens.
thanks. Yeah, I'll just start going upstairs and like start knocking on doors
Okay.
and like basically step away so that even if someone steps out, they don't
Okay.
bump into me.
We'll say there are people answer. Like someone answers. You either answers a door and looks out and it's like, oh, what the hell, and shuts the door when they don't see you, or you just hear shuffling around, or you hear like, do not disturb from inside. But rooms 1, 2, and 4 have either someone come out or someone yell back inside, like, go away, fuck off, or don't disturb. The rest of the rooms, no one answered. No signs of anything.
Okay.
Like
Well, that
7
already rules out a
rooms.
few. Yeah, I mean, it rules out 3. Are there locks? I'm guessing there's locks on the doors, right?
I hope so.
Right.
Right. So we ruled out 3 rooms at least where there's people in right now, unless he's staying with someone.
I love her.
Any ideas? Do we just go lockpick some doors and go in and check, or like any ideas? I'm guessing there's not any holes or anything, right? That I can send Fred through.
Just a keyhole.
Yeah,
all the
no, it's a bit too small for a Fred.
Like,
Real tiny.
Because I'll see, like, well, I won't see him do it, but I'll hear, like, the knocking on certain doors and some doors opening, some not. Like, because I'm up there as well. So, I mean, process of elimination, right? Just whichever door wasn't open, just check it out, see if there's anything interesting, and we'll find this guy's room eventually.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I guess so. I guess let's start in the
I
back.
doubt we have to worry about these doors being booby-trapped in a tavern.
Yeah, no, that's
No.
true. Just need to lockpick him, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, let's start in the back then.
All right.
Oh,
I think that is a good place to pick up next time.
Oh.
So I have time to populate what you're gonna find in some of these rooms. 'Cause none of this was anticipated. Not gonna lie.
Gotta love that.
Not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
There are many ways the Vezran scenario could have worked out, and of course you find the one that I didn't plan for because that's D&D. So woohoo.
That's how it goes.
Laura.
From the minute you're like, we'll go early, I was like, why am I an idiot? Why wouldn't I think they just try and steal the item before the auction? None of this anticipated for. Winging it. But we're fine.
Nice.
Good. Obviously, because we're endings, we have to end at the hard 3-hour mark, which is in 10 minutes anyway. And this way it gives me
Yeah.
more time to maybe make these rooms a little more than... They're all empty other than the one that you want. And come up
Yeah.
with something more exciting for you guys. I was looking at my calendar, We might be a bit
Oh.
fucked for a while unless
Oh,
we
no.
play a different day. We'll keep y'all posted.
Yay.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Holiday season.
I know
coming
we
up.
got 2 sessions back, and then I'm like, oh no. It's
Damn, it's starting to
It's
get good too.
holiday shit combined with wedding shit, man. Just life. But we'll keep you posted. We'll do our best. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, y'all. We'll figure it out.
And we'll pick up with searching people's hotel rooms next time we play, and then eventually maybe getting to go to a top secret archaeological dig site, which is pretty
Hell yeah.
cool. Pretty cool.
I
So
love
the-
top secrets.
The Weavers of the Storm are now official members of the Cobalt Soul.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I've posted the links to our players' social medias, or at least like pages of theirs, in chat. Please check them out. All are creators, all are wonderful. If you ever want to catch up on older sessions, if you're tuning in for the first time, you're like, what the heck got us here? What is going on? All the previous sessions of this campaign are up on my YouTube. They're all in the playlist, so you can go check them out there. And thanks for watching. We'll let you know via social media, and I always update the description of the latest YouTube video when the next session's going to be once we have it planned. So we'll let you know when that is, because unfortunately I can't be like, it'll be next Saturday, potentially, because life is mean. Life is cruel.
Yes.
Mhm.
It
Life is suffering.
Yeah, because next Saturday, maybe, because next Saturday is a friend's wedding I'm going to, which I only would be busy in the evening, but I think I also volunteered to help them set up some of the decorations before the wedding.
Ooh.
So,
Oh no.
That's
Why
my
would
problem.
you do that?
Why would you do that?
because
That's
I'm a
such a
nice
bad idea.
person.
You're a nice person, of course.
How dare you be kind?
Yeah. Anyway.
Mm.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you next time. And make sure to check us out when we're doing our other not D&D stuff, because we're pretty cool to hang out with, I swear. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.